Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Sam Slays. Welcome on in, my friends. Happy Monday. This is episode 198 of the Music Mondays podcast. Only 2 episodes until the big 200, man. That's fucking crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I've been bouncing around some ideas on what I want to do for 200 episodes, but that'll be coming over the course of the next couple of weeks. But like I said, how are you guys, man? Let's get into it. Let's talk. Let's get into everything that we have planned. You guys know the drill. We're gonna go over some weekly recap stuff. We're gonna talk about what happened at Music Mondays over the course of the last week. We're gonna talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week. We are gonna go over some community feedback, and we will get into some reactions and reviews. So it should be a stacked show. Lots of really good submissions tonight. Lots of really good updates. Good everything, man. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's go. So, weekly recap. What happened at Music Mondays over the course of the last week or so? Well, let's get into it. So, per usual, you guys know that every Tuesday following the live show, we drop Music Mondays early access Patreon content. So, realistically, if you're a member of the Music Mondays Patreon, you gain access to the Music Mondays podcast full version for the ability to download. You can clip it, you can record it, you can do whatever you want with it, but they over there on Patreon, all of our members get early access to everything that we drop early, right? Not only just the Music Mondays podcast, but articles, playlists, special announcements. A whole lot of good stuff is over there, and a lot of good stuff will be coming to the Patreon, so lots of really cool jazz incoming there as well. But early access Patreon content drops every single Tuesday, so you guys know the drill. Make sure you go show that some love, and go check out the Music Mondays Patreon if you're interested in that as well. And of course, Music Mondays basic logo t-shirts are available right now in stock. We're going to be having an end of the year kind of kickoff to get the rest of those off, so you'll see some promo for those over the course of the next couple months for sure as we close out 2024. But Music Mondays basic logo t-shirts are available right now. That was Monday and Tuesday. We headed into Wednesday with SoundCloud Sunday submissions. Those are live right now. And per usual, those go live every single Wednesday. So again, if you're watching the show here live, those will open this Wednesday. If you're watching the show anywhere else, those are probably already open. So make sure you go and show SoundCloud Sunday some love, man. So per usual, that's every single Wednesday. And of course, we head into Thursday with a brand new YouTube upload. Last week, during episode 197 of the Music Mondays podcast, we discussed the importance of branding. A wonderful discussion segment where I kind of dove into why branding matters. Not really like logo type of branding, more so like aesthetic type of branding, right? Your name, your links, your website, all sorts of stuff, right? So definitely go check that out if you missed that segment last week. And of course, we upload every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. You guys know the drill. Let's fucking get it. Make sure you subscribe because we are very close to 300 subscribers. Only a couple away. So make sure you go show the channel and these videos some love, baby. That was Thursday. Per usual on Thursday as well. The audio version of the Music Mondays podcast drops every single Thursday. So again, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that as well. That's very important. That drops before the YouTube upload on Saturdays. And of course, if you missed the live show on Mondays, that also drops every single Thursday. So make sure you go check that out and go show that some love. That was Thursday. A relatively stacked Thursday as well, but let's see here. So that was Thursday. Heading into Friday, we dropped a brand new volume of the monthly. The monthly made a return this month with the Music Mondays crew. The monthly is actually our monthly SoundCloud playlist where we kind of go through the tracks for the month, whether they're submitted through the show, whether they're on SoundCloud Sunday, whether they're just tracks we find along the month, right? The monthly is kind of a compilation of everything that dropped that month and a whole lot of good stuff that came out recently. So definitely go check out the monthly volume 9. That was curated by me. Go show that some love. You'll see us kind of bring back a lot of our older playlists as well. Not even really older. They just kind of took a break since the summer. So Underground Classics, Across the Pond, and a couple of other playlists will be making their return. Make sure you go check those out and go show us some love. But again, the monthly volume 9 is available right now. So go show that some love. And of course, on Friday, we dropped a brand new article by the homie Ray Lowe. A wonderful interview with an artist known as Fitness. So definitely go check that out. Go show that some love. huge shout out to Ray and Fitness for actually getting that in and getting that done for Music Mondays, man. That was actually a banger fucking piece. So definitely go check that out and go show Ray some love and go show Fitness some love. That's available right now on the Music Mondays website. Let's see here. So heading into Saturday, episode 197 of the Music Mondays podcast is available on all audio platforms along with our YouTube channel. So again, if you missed the live show here on Mondays and you don't want to really watch the VOD back on Twitch and you want to go watch the show on YouTube, that drops every single Saturday on our channel. So make sure you go show that some love and go sub to the channel if you haven't already. But huge shout out to everybody that submitted, tuned in, and showed love to episode 197. That's available everywhere, wherever you prefer to watch it. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love. Let's see here. So that was Saturday. Heading into Sunday, SoundCloud Sunday Volume 159 is available right now on our SoundCloud. That was curated by me and the Music Mondays community. That one actually is a fucking banger. SoundCloud Sunday Volume 159 is actually really crazy. Lots of rare names on there, lots of new names on there. So definitely go check that out. Go show that some love. And huge shout out to everybody that submitted to Volume 159. I almost said episode 159. But that was Sunday. Rolling into Monday today. We're here live with episode 198 of the Music Mondays podcast. We're back again, my friends. We are back again. That's pretty much all the major stuff that happened at Music Mondays over the course of the last week or so. So definitely go show that post some love. And make sure you go show episode 197 some love if you haven't seen it yet. Because, again, another banger. So, what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week? Let's talk about it. So, let's see here. Now that we have somewhat of some free time, we're pretty much almost done finalizing the new Patreon update. That's like the big thing that's coming next. And then I'm going to focus heavily on the Music Mondays Awards. So when it comes to November and December, these last 2 months of the year, I really want to hunker down and make sure that we get a lot of stuff done when it comes down to Music Mondays and what we have going on. So you'll see us wrap up a few things and kind of put out a few more volumes of each playlist. Make sure that the website's up to date. We're definitely going to put out some recruiting flyers as well. So again, a couple things to come along to kind of like tighten up the end of the year and make sure that everything is really, really solid. So, yeah, very, very important stuff going on right now. But again, the three major things right now, like I've been saying over the course of the last couple weeks, is the Music Mondays Patreon rebrand. We're going to be adding a whole lot of new awards for each tier, so keep your eyes peeled for that. The Music Mondays Awards will be taking place in December, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And let's see here. So outside of that, I think again the last thing is putting out one more piece of merch promo before the end of 2024. So that way we make sure you guys can get your hands on any Music Mondays merch before the year ends. So that's that. And of course, your regular weekly and monthly schedule will be staying the same as well. Like I said, you'll be seeing us kind of update all of our playlists, Underground Classics, the monthly, the breakdown. A couple of other YouTube segments will be coming back as well. We're going to be cranking out some real heavy content when it comes down to the end of the year, but nothing new, nothing crazy new, because we're going to save all that for the beginning of 2025 and see where that kind of lands us for like the first quarter or so. So like January through March. You'll be seeing some new stuff happen at Music Mondays, but the end of the year is really about kind of like tying up some loose ends and make sure that we can go to the next year relatively strong, right? So that's that. So those three things are major for Music Mondays, and like I said, your regular schedule, whether it be weekly or monthly, will continue. So you can expect a lot of the same content as well. So nothing's changing, but definitely want to tighten up some loose ends for the year ends, like I said. So that's your weekly recap. That's what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. What can we talk about next? So I think our next thing here is I want to talk about some recruiting stuff. We're going to talk about exclusives, and we're going to do some community feedback since we got a new month under our belt. I think this will be like community feedback like 16 or 17. So that'll be fun. But regardless, per usual, Music Mondays is recruiting. We are on the hunt for all of our staff roles. If you're a writer, journalist, curator, designer, you want to do media, long form, short form, you want to do any kind of content for Music Mondays that falls under any of those roles, definitely get in contact with us. Definitely send us an email, send us a message. Let us know if you need anything whatsoever. If you have any more questions or you want to know more about the Music Mondays roles and what being a Music Mondays staff member is all about, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, send me a DM. let us know. And of course, I have a Music Mondays role guide that is available on the Music Mondays YouTube channel right now, where I kind of break down all the Music Mondays staff roles and really kind of break down what's required of everybody, what each role kind of does, and things like that. So if you want a more detailed explanation, definitely go check that out and go show that some love for sure. But Music Mondays is recruiting. We're looking to add at least like 2 or 3 more staff members to the team before we go to the new year. Ideally, that'd be really nice. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Because again, we have staff members of like all skill levels, right? Some of our staff members are underground veterans. Some of our staff members are kind of newer artists. But a good 90% of the Music Monday staff are actually individual artists. I think we only have like 1 or 2 people on the staff that aren't artists, but they're just passionate about the underground. So, definitely let us know, and definitely send us any questions if you have any, thoughts or concerns or anything like that. So again, Music Mondays is recruiting. Outside of that, Music Mondays is on the hunt for exclusives. If you have an unreleased SoundCloud or YouTube track that you'd like to have hosted on our SoundCloud or YouTube, to be hosted and promoted for free across all of our social media, definitely let us know. Again, we are only interested in unreleased SoundCloud tracks. So again, feel free to do whatever you want with the track afterwards, right? You want to go put it on YouTube, you want to go do anything like that, that's fine too. But again, Music Mondays only wants to host the SoundCloud version of your track. Not only to show support to some of our listeners over there on SoundCloud, but just as another way to promote underground artists and show some spotlight to some artists that deserve it, right? So definitely let us know if you have an unreleased SoundCloud track that you'd like to have us host and promote for free, because we'll be happy to work that out with you. And again, same thing goes for YouTube as well. If you have a lyric video, if you have an A&B, if you have an unreleased music video, if you have any of the above, or even just want some audio hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, definitely, again, get in contact with us, let us know. We'll be happy to kind of dive into that with you, and definitely get that sorted, because again, we've hosted quite a few types of drops on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. We have a couple lyric videos, we have some audio up there, but that's something I really want to dive back into, as well as SoundCloud. So again, if you like to have a video or a track hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel of almost 300 subscribers and hosted and promoted for free across all of our socials, definitely let us know. We'll be happy to get that conversation started for you. So we talked recruiting, we talked exclusives. I don't think anything else super major that I wanted to go over. I'm trying to think. Nothing like super crazy. I think we can dive into some community feedback, and then we'll hop into some reactions and reviews. So let's get started. You guys know the drill. Community feedback number 16 or 17. I'm pretty sure it's 17. I think we did community feedback 16 like last month, but each month on the Music Mondays podcast, we do a segment titled Community Feedback, where we kind of give the community an opportunity to speak their mind, let us know what they like to see here on the show, or even at Music Mondays in general, right? Stuff you want to see on the website, stuff you want to see on the platform, you like to see us do X, Y, or Z. Because again, we have a large roadmap when it comes to the content that we're gonna do here on the show. There's lots of topics that I still want to go over, but we also want to kind of give the community an opportunity to speak their mind as well. Definitely show us and let us know what you'd like to see here on the show. Anything from topics, right, to interviews to certain artists. Maybe you'd like to see a new segment. Maybe you'd like to see us speak about social media again. You want to see us speak about playlists. You want to speak about distributors. Like all of these topics we kind of have slightly dove into before, but I'd be happy to kind of like reiterate a lot of these topics. If anybody has like a specific question, or even if I can't really answer the question, that'll be something where we kind of bring somebody on that can answer the question, and we'll be able to get you guys the content that you really want when it comes down to that. So again, we have plenty of stuff here to get done and really put out anyways. So like I said, there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be putting out and kind of flushing out over the next couple months regardless. But again, we always want to give the community a chance to speak their mind. Let us know in the comments. Let us know on Twitter. Send us a DM. Send us an email. Yo, you should do this. Yo, you guys should talk about this. You should interview this person. Things like that, right? So we really want the community's feedback at least once a month to kind of get a refresh and kind of pick everybody's brains and kind of see what they'd like to see here on the Music Mondays podcast, or even just Music Mondays in general, right? It doesn't even really have to do with the Music Mondays podcast. If you want to see some stuff on the website, or you want to see an article, or you're curious on a tutorial, or you like to see X, Y, or Z, there's a lot of stuff that we could dive into here if the community kind of was curious on certain topics, right? So again, definitely let us know in the comments. Definitely let us know in Twitter. Send us a DM, send us a message, anything like that. Because again, we always want to give the community somewhat of a voice, and just um, let us know what you want to see, and let us know like what you would like to see as well, right? I think um, kind of like diving into that side of things when it comes to the show is always really cool, and something that I've always really liked. We've definitely tackled a couple subjects that people really wanted us to tackle, right? Whether it comes to fake playlists or X, Y, or Z, like there's a lot of stuff that we kind of tackle here on the show, but it just depends on what the community wants to see when it comes to community feedback. So again, definitely leave a comment, send us a message, send us a DM, let us know what you'd like to see here on the show, and like I said, it could be anything from topics to maybe potential guests. You'd like to see another tutorial, how to do this, X, Y, or Z. What do you think about that? Um, I'd like to know what the community kind of thinks, and what they would like to see. Because, like I said, we have a pretty big roadmap when it comes to Music Mondays, and we have plenty of stuff to kind of get out. But I always like to sprinkle some community content in there, and things that people would like to see here on the show, right? So, very important, very, very important. But per usual, that'll be uploaded on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So again, make sure you sub to the channel if you haven't already. We are about 5 subs away from 300, man. We're trying to hit that 300 mark before 2025. So definitely go sub to the channel, and go show the channel and these artists, these videos some love, baby. Let's get it. New videos every Thursday, every Saturday. W. WWW. Alrighty, my friends. Let's continue on. I'm down for the cause. Let's get into it. So we pretty much got everything done that we needed to get done for the show. We spoke about the weekly recap. We spoke about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week. We did some community feedback. We talked about recruiting. We talked about exclusives. So that leaves one thing left. Reactions and reviews. So let's get into it, man. I'm down. So let's give the music a little bit of a pause. Let's head over to Twitter and see what we got this week. So, all right. You guys know the drill, but if you don't and you're new here, Music Mondays tweets are always in the same format for submissions. They'll always read artists and creative. Submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays live on November 4th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/SonPlays, which is here and now. If you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creation, drop your links and portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. So again, contrary to our name, Music Mondays, we've pretty much reacted to everything here on the show. Everything from obviously music, instrumentals, features, demos, unreleased, visuals, lyric videos, photography, videography, cover art, poetry, short form, long form content, YouTube edits, you name it, we've reacted to it here on the show. Just for one main reason that, most underground creatives are multi-talented. A lot of editors are also artists. A lot of artists are also producers. A lot of engineers are also designers, and vice versa. So it kind of goes hand in hand. And we want to make sure that we give everybody an equal opportunity. So again, no matter what you do here in the underground, definitely let us know if that's something that you'd like to see spotlighted here on Music Mondays, because we'd be happy to have you. So drop any links or submissions that you have, for sure. And of course, like I said, tweets are always in the same format, so make sure you just check the date. Like I said, today is November 4th, so obviously that's the proper tweet. So again, make sure you're not submitting for a show that's already happened or anything like that. So make sure you just double check the date, make sure it's the next Monday coming up, and you should be good to drop your submission. So outside of that, 4-hour show limits. Many of you know that we do have a 4-hour show limit, just based off the fact that it's a little bit palatable to watch back, a 2, 3, 4-hour show, as opposed to like a 5, 6, 7, 8-hour show like we used to do in 2022 and 2023. So yeah, that's just to make sure that we, make sure that the show is a little bit more palatable. But again, it takes a little bit of the pressure off the Music Monday staff, because we are one of the only weekly live shows here on Twitch on Mondays. So that's the thing. We want to make sure that we upkeep the show in the best quality that we can. So again, keep that in mind for our show limit. And of course, submissions are free. They always have been free. They always will be free. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter to be eligible. Again, that not only helps spread our message and support Music Mondays, but that pays respect to everybody else that does submit to the Music Mondays podcast and wait for their submissions to be reacted to every week. So again, that's the only thing that we do ask, is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit, because submissions are free, and they always have been, they always will be. And of course, Patreon subscribers, submissions will be played first here on the show every single Monday if you're subscribed at any tier. So, like I said, if you're subscribed at quite literally any tier, you gain access to a bunch of goodies over there on the Music Mondays Patreon, but one of those goodies is the Music Mondays Fast Pass, which allows you for the duration that you're pledged to the Music Mondays Patreon to have your Patreon submissions played first every single week here on the show at the height of our viewership. You'll be played first back on the VOD when people go watch the VOD. There's multiple advantages to that, but it's pretty much a way to get your submissions guaranteed to be played here on the show first, early, and always guaranteed, right? So, again, for example, if you subscribe to the Music Mondays Patreon tonight on November 4th, you'd have access up until the 25th, or however long you subscribe to the Patreon, right? So, just keep that in mind. And of course, per usual, I think the last thing that I do got to mention is that submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts. So again, make sure you get your submissions in. You have about like 6.5 days or so, because submissions open every single Tuesday following the live show. So if you're watching this show here live tonight, submissions will be open for episode 199 tomorrow. If you're watching this anywhere else, submissions are probably already open anyway. So make sure you go check out the tweet, make sure the date's right, and drop your links and submissions and all that good jazz, my friends. So yeah, you have like roughly about 6.5 days or so to get your submissions in. So pretty decent amount of time, but just keep that in mind. And good rule of thumb is that if the show is live, you can pretty much guarantee that submissions are closed. So again, make sure you're submitting to the right tweet with the right date, and make sure you submit before the show starts. You guys know the drill, though. I mean, nothing new there. But again, if you have any other questions about the Music Mondays podcast submissions or the podcast in general, there is a how to submit to the Music Mondays podcast guide on our YouTube channel, which I cooked up this year. That pretty much goes into a little bit more detail than we do here on the show every Monday. I kind of talk about why we take submissions on Twitter, how we ended up on Twitter, why Twitter works, and how we take submissions, and pretty much the lore of the Music Mondays podcast, if that's something you're interested in. So definitely go check that out and go show that some love, because that's a cool video. But outside of that, that's pretty much everything you need to know, my friends. That's everything. So you guys know the drill. We're going to start off with our Patrons tonight, and then we're going to dive into the rest of the community right after. So top to bottom, you guys know the drill. But first, let's see how many Patrons we have tonight. We have Laverius is up first, I believe, and then we have the homie Jordan, and then I think that's it. Yeah. So we have 2 Patrons tonight, and then we're going to dive into the rest of the community submissions. Okay, so first, we got the homie Laverius. Now, Laverius has been doing a wonderful rollout for their recent project, Recession Rap. And of course, Laverius is a wonderful hip-hop artist, submitted a track titled Rich by 21. Now, actually, we just put out a brand new interview with Laverius, and we kind of broke down their early roots, their inspirations, a little bit more detail behind Recession Rap and things like that. So definitely go check out that interview right now and go show Laverius some love. But outside of that, Laverius submitted Rich by 21. So let's see what we got here, man. I think, let me see, because we've pretty much been going down to these tracks, like I think one by one, like I'm pretty sure the order of submissions has been the track list anyway. So, oh yeah, no wait, so we did Dedicated. I think we did Toast one. Yeah, we did Toast one, right? I think we did Toast one last week, and then Rich by 21 is this week. All right, 427 actually, which is very interesting. I'm down. Let's get into it. Laverius, Rich by 21. Let's go.
Damn, Shady, this shit fire.
I miss it. I need it. Their art is just not reflective of the times that we're living in. Ghost. Recession rap.
The tags on this are crazy.
Yeah, I'm finna go in. On this beat, I'm floating. Yo, man, this weed is potent. Yeah, hold up. I know I'm rich by 21. My bitch don't think I'm gon' be. I'm beast mode with this money I can take right now. I ain't buying no goatee. Might take me a trip to Alaska, then take me a trip to Havana. Free thug got a show in Atlanta. It magic is snowing like Santa. I just drove to the store in my new whip. When I pull a skirt, they say, oh shit. But I probably ain't driving that shit. I'm probably fucked up in the backseat. First thing I bought when I got money, I'm too damn rich for a taxi. Yeah, they just might make a movie about my life. This shit is too crazy. And you know it's moon rocking my blunt. I'm trying to get too spacey. Yeah, I'm making them what I should not me. Got 10 bitches, I'm calling them Siamese. With the hoes, you know where to find me. With the hoes, you know where to find me.
You want to get rich in this recession?
With the bros, you know where to find me.
There's still plenty of money to be made.
On the road, you know where to find me.
Recession rap.
I'm with Ghost, you know where to find me.
Recession
Hoes popping out when I pull up
Oh
in a
shit, what the
foreign.
fuck?
Fine that bitch, good brain, but she boring. Talking about a ghost, blah blah, I ignore it. She want me to stay, but I'm gone by the morning. Yeah, if she cute, then I want a friend too. Yeah, pussy sweet as fuck, slurp it like it's soup. Yeah, only if you wanna fuck, come through. Yeah, know your place, I can find another you. Yeah, yeah, I'm tryna boss up, get rich. Yeah, 2024, that's my agenda. Yeah, yeah, I'm running up there, rest, go figure. Yeah, and your bitch said she tryna get my digits. Yeah, I don't want that, I don't never hit a bag. I'ma let you keep the pussy, I'm too worried about a bag. Like a milk double bag, I'ma double bag with you at the double lapping your ass. I might body bag your ass, toe tag your ass, anything for the paper, so my dreams come true fast. Yeah, so my dreams come true faster. Yeah. If the paper right now on my masters, it might be a deal. Baby, more than just breakfast, need at least 2 meals. Switch directions like a shark. All I'm missing is the gills. I just wanna make this music so that they can feel. Hoes popping out when I pull up in a foreign. Fine that bitch, good brain, but she boring. Talking about a go, blah blah, I ignore it. She want me to stay, but I'm gone by the morning. Yeah, if she cute, then I want a friend too. Yeah, pussy sweet as fuck, slap her like it's soup. Yeah, only if you wanna fuck, come through. Yeah, know your place, I can find another you. Yeah, I get hoes just like I'm getting cash. Yeah, all my bitches thick fat ass. I can't keep them too long, it don't last. Gotta kick them to the curb, they get attached. Give a fuck about my city, but I put it on the map. They gon' show me fake love, but up till now they held me back. I don't really care for praise, but they still telling me congrats. I just need a cup of mean and a bitch to give me cat, yeah. And I ate the weed each week, smoking that shit while she sucking on me, and I'm living comfortably off my strings, I hope my family is all proud of me, yeah. But I don't wanna run around. People give me creeps, so I stay looking at the ground. By myself when I'm at peace, but the silence still get loud. I don't know what I want now. I do know what I want, bitch. I wanna die happy. Fuck all that bullshit that you say, block your energy. You say you my friend, but I'm sensing this enemy. You gon' come around again like the 30th of February. Talking about it, talking about it. Talk, you want me to stay, but I'm bored. Yeah, yeah. She cute, and she want a friend too. Yeah, yeah. Sweet as fuck, sweet like it's soup. Yeah, yeah. If you want me, come through. Yeah, yeah. Place, how you find another you? Yeah, find another you. Find another you.
Recession rap.
Insane tags, like the tags for this song, like the whole project, at least what we've reacted to here on the show, have been so sick. That might be my personal favorite from the project, to be honest with you. I felt like this was the most natural Laverius has felt on this project so far. I felt like this was like a really kind of like a no-brainer for them. You know, this is an instrumental that was like almost made for Laverius, and the way that it was mixed just really complemented everything. This is a sleeper on the project. This is definitely a sleeper. I mean, what this is track 3, I believe, right? Yeah, track 3 is great for this. And then Laverius said in the description, my favorite off the album. I've decided. I kind of agree. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not gonna say definitely yet because we haven't reacted to the whole project here on the show. We're only 3 tracks in, but so far that's number 1 for me. That one was like it's like a very much like a big level up. It wasn't as much like insane genre bending like we saw last week. I think this one kind of stuck to the Laverius code and formula, but just improved upon it, and you know, had better delivery, had just better everything. You know, this is one that stands out to me. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're talking about 3 things here. We're talking about the instrumental. We're talking about vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of Rich by 21. Instrumental. The homie Ghost executive prod this whole project. So Ghost did a really good job with all these instrumentals. But this one, again, kind of sticks out to me. It's a very Laverius type beat, if you will. Just an instrumental that fits Laverius really well, and like the way that they approached it and the way that they recorded on it was really solid too. So kind of like some real good duo-ship going on here. So I like the choice. Instrumental mix is fantastic. Nothing on this project has been mixed weirdly at all, especially when it comes to the instrumentals. But the mix here is like absolutely fucking fantastic. I have no issues with this mix at all. Um, again, not really a shocker for this project in general because I feel like Ghost really like came through and like um really gave like their best when it comes to the instrumentals and pretty much everything that they were kind of contributing to this project. So I really like this mix a lot, and I really like Ghost production on this, definitely. Um, so let's see here. Instrumental mix very solid. Again, nothing clashing too overbearing. Let's see here. So instrumental Shining Star. Now this is going to be one where it's kind of hard. I mean, I like the beat switch, right? I think the beat switch is solid. I think a lot of that kind of like changed the perspective for me. I really wasn't expecting a beat switch there. So it kind of made the structure like really solid for me. So I kind of do want to say structure. You know what I mean? I really want to say structure just because, it made the song almost like a journey. And Laveri just really took it and ran. So I feel like drums are a close second, but for me, definitely structure, 100%. So instrumental solid for sure, the structure. Let's talk vocals. Now, vocal mix on Rich by 21 is kind of a crazy upgrade. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a vastly different mix from Dedicated and Toast One, right? But there's a lot more effects on here. There's a lot more thought put into this, and I feel like there's a lot more like love put into this one. Like you can just tell that it's like fully like it's got that cushion to it. It's hard to describe, but has that extra bit of like spice. And I think the vocal mix kind of was the culprit for that and really kind of added like a different layer to me. Definitely. So I'm big on this vocal mix and I'm big on the effects, but it's not like trying to do something insanely different that Laveri's hasn't done before. It's very much like a Laveri's mix, but it's just super high quality and the smaller stuff really shines here, right? Like a lot of the stutters, a lot of the effects, a lot of the mixing aspects of this are kind of like upgraded. So vocal mix fantastic for me, 100%, absolutely fantastic. Um, hmm, vocal shining star. You know, I like writing here. I definitely like writing here. Laverius has a lot of like fun wordplay, a lot of catchy bars, a lot of memorable bars. But I think one thing here that kind of like stood out to me was the flow and cadence and delivery. I feel like Laverius really slid on this and like made it like super smooth and like they just like had a vision for this instrumental and really just fucking stuck to it, you know? Because I mean, what we have like a 4 minute track and it's like absolutely fantastic. So, um, flow and cadence and delivery for me, 100%. I mean, writing's a close second, but definitely flow, cadence, and delivery. So instrumental solid, definitely structure, vocal solid, flow and cadence and delivery. Overall theme, let's talk aesthetics. I spoke a little bit about the cover art last week. Again, I'm a big fan of these like minimalist kind of covers. I've always been a big fan of this style when it comes to art. But this one in particular has that like project feel for me. You know what I mean? I love the foreground. I love the whole like vinyl record look, but it also has the parental advisory bottom mid, Laverius and Ghost up top, Recession Rap below that, and then we have the Cash down mid, and it's kind of like collagey almost. So it definitely has that like project feel for me, but it's kept simple, and I like that for this. I definitely like that for this. So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, Rich by 21. I mean, almost like one of those like mental reminders. You know what I mean? Like everybody has a song like this where you kind of like commit yourself to something, and like even just having a title be Rich by 21, it's almost like motivating. And maybe that's just me and I'm just like fucking delusional, you know what I mean? But um like back when I was 21, right? Because I'm 27 now. But like back when I was 21 or being like 20 and just like putting out a song that like you know can like motivate you in like future and like different ways. I feel like this is one of those cases. You know what I mean? It's almost like a letter to yourself, right? I definitely think that's one of those things where you kind of almost like are forced into a commitment. You know what I mean? But also, it's like one of those tracks that you definitely want to break down the lyrics and enjoy them for what they are. Because Laverius is definitely a good writer, and I feel like it does shine here. But it's definitely one of those like mental check songs where you like every time like you hear that song, you're like, oh shit, gotta get back on the grind, gotta write another song, gotta put this song. You know what I mean? So it's a very like grind set kind of song, and I like it for that. I like it for that a lot. So well done. Definitely can't wait to go through the rest of the project, man. With that said, huge shout out to Oliveris. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Oliveris and Ghost on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow Oliveris on Twitter. They are 7 followers away from 130, sorry. Make sure you go show them some love in the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some motherfucking love, baby. And if you already have subscribed to the Music Mondays YouTube channel, thank you. We see you guys dropping likes, dropping comments, all that good jazz. Much love, my friends. Okay, continuing on. But first, we got somebody in the chat. Tig Biddy coming through with a fucking follow. Welcome to stream, welcome to family. And a motherfucking Twitch Prime coming through with the primer. Thank you so much for using your Prime on the Music Mondays podcast, my friends. Thank you. You know, you could be using your Prime sub anywhere, but the fact that you choose to use it here is amazing. Thank you, my friend. Welcome to streaming family. Let's fucking get it. So up next for our Music Mondays Patreon, and our last Patreon of the night is the homie Jordan. Man, Jordan's been kind of just pumping it out, man. Jordan has just been fucking pumping it out. Their last project, The Fire, has been a real pleasure to kind of dive into, but I don't think that's what we have here. I'm kind of interested now. And we have the salute emoji as the description, so I'm definitely down. Now, Jordan, for those of you that don't know, a very, very talented alternative artist, producer, engineer, designer, all the above, has submitted a track titled Why Are You Running? Written by Jordan, produced by Deadlighters, new Deadlighters album, Long Wing on the way. Long Wing is a crazy name. I like that. Long Wing. That reminds me of Long Legs. Long Wing. Cover is actually crazy too. Like really, really crazy. Alright. Let's get into it. Deadlighters, Jordan. Why are you running?
Game's up. Start running.
Why is it that some days everything works out and other days doesn't?
I'm focused and chasing what runs from me. I'm digging deep now, it's underneath. I can't even sleep in this economy. I like to change how it's gotta be. I like the rain, now it's calling me. And times have changed, see the fallen leaves. World's insane, what should I believe? If it's worth the same, save my time for me. They try to tell me how my life should be. They try to sell me something I don't need. They need my vote, they need my belief. But if I give you power, then you owe me things. But I have my doubts, they don't represent. I mean, look around, it feels like the end. It's all burning down while they just pretend. They don't hear that sound like they're innocent. It's probably much worse than it looks. We probably do less than we should. We're stuck here with leave if we could. I look outside not looking good. Don't ever forget what they did with the money. The violence from the schools with nothing. They need it for something, they bleed us to nothing. No shame, it's disgusting. I'm just saying, man, fuck it. If we give up, it's something we're stuck with. They should run on behalf of the public. Or start running when we all say fuck it. To be honest, man, yeah, fuck this. Thoughts and prayers for the republic. Thoughtless players who play us like puppets. Turn the nation into a company. Then tell us look away like there's nothing to see. I'm focused and chasing what runs from me. Digging deep now, what's underneath. I can't even sleep in this economy. I'd like to change how it's gotta be. I like the rain, now it's calling me. And times have changed, see the fallen leaves. What was insane, what should I believe?
Wow.
Tell me how my life should be. They try to sell me something I don't need. They need my vote, they need my belief. But if I give you power, then you owe me things. I have my doubts, they don't represent.
Oh,
Look around,
shit.
it feels like the end. It's all burning down while they just pretend. They don't hear that sound like they're innocent.
Oh shit. Jordan spin that real shit. Okay.
Need to break it down, I guess that fire would. I pick up everything around, see what makes a fire first. Footsteps shake.
Hmm. Wow. Why are you running? Dude, I was waiting for that. I don't know why I was waiting for that. But what a great message, and like what a great you know, that's the awesome thing about Jordan and Deadlighters and the Make More Creative Junk crew is like you never know what to expect from them. And this one was definitely more of like a serious track, you know what I mean? Especially with like, the election this week and, the world the way it is and just everything going on, right? I think I think it's fair that artists kind of put their feelings into their music and like say their piece and do what they can and kind of put that out into the world. I definitely think that's like a healthy way to do it. And it's better than bitching all the time. You know what I mean? So like tracks like these, like even some of my artists put out tracks like these that are like they're not like politically driven, right? But it's like just saying your piece about the world. It's not even really a politics thing. It's a human thing, And I've always been a fan of tracks like these when they're done in this fashion, right? So yeah, let's break it down. Let's talk about it. This is great. Three things: instrumental, vocals, and the overall theme of this track. So let's talk instrumental. So Prod with Deadlighters. This definitely feels like one of those collab instrumentals. Sometimes you hear an instrumental and you're like, yeah, there's no way two brains didn't work on this. Sometimes there's just a sound and a feeling to instrumentals that you can just tell that two people worked on it. This is definitely one of those. It's so unique and so like flavorful that I just feel like one human mind couldn't, come up with this. You can just tell that somebody else put their like sauce into it, which I think is like a great aspect of like collabs and just collab beats in general. But the mix is great. It's very interesting because at first I thought the mix was like interesting, like I don't know, it was a very it kind of threw me off for a second, and then I was like, okay, like wait, no, I kind of like see the vision. Like this is one you got to like let warm up within the first 30 seconds, because if you're one of those people that like turns off songs really quick, don't do that, because this is one of those songs that literally by the halfway point you're warmed up and you're seeing the vision and you're like, okay, this really bangs. So you're like, okay, sweet. So that's how this was for me. But the mix, when it comes down to it, throughout the whole track, great, to be honest with you. Nothing clashing, too overbearing, nothing I thought needed to be like really super switched up here, especially for like the style that Jordan and Deadlighters were going for. Definitely no major gripes with the mix at all. So instrumental mix solid, instrumental shining star. That melody is really fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like the melody made the most impact for me and like kind of stuck with me almost as some like white noise, like almost like audio, even like a little bit eerie as well. I think is the word I want to use. It's still slightly eerie too. So, for me the melody, but I do like the structure and the drums. But the melody here and the sound selection was great. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Again, another variety Jordan vocal mix. Jordan really has been expanding on what they can do with their vocals over different instrumentals and different styles and how they really want to, ultimately come on a track and like how you want to come at the instrumental. And this is another one where it's not really like going way out of left field, but again, it's adding a little bit more spice depending on the beat or the track or the vision. This is one where I feel like Jordan kind of fine-tuned the mix to help it fit the vision and the idea of this one. So I like this mix a lot. I feel like it complements the track really well. Dark, just very raspy, and like it kind of has this crispiness to it as well. So a vocal mix, great. I like it. Vocal shining star. It's got to be writing, right? I mean, if you don't say writing, that's kind of crazy. Flow and cadence and delivery was up there for me, but the writing was like insane to pay attention to and like really like insane to kind of like picture in your head. So, for me, definitely writing, no question. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. Definitely a little bit of different style from the fire in the last project that we got, and it has this like almost kind of reminds me of like the butterfly effect, but not really. Almost has like a camo kind of vibe. Yeah, like a camouflage, X-ray vision kind of like heat vision almost like the Predator or something where like you're seeing the heat vision and it's this. But like I like the choice of white for the butterfly. And especially if the project is going to be called Longwing. I mean, kind of a fire cover for a project name that I'm not gonna lie. I mean, obviously cover art pending it could always change, right? But um aesthetics very much on point. Very much on point. Overall theme. Um, there's a couple different things that I felt like Jordan touched on here. Um, you know, the world events and the state of the world is definitely one, and like somewhat of the government esque, but it's more so like a personal take. And um, I feel like Jordan just did a really good job, kind of getting again like a lot of shit off their chest, but at the same time like actually being um accurate and like precise. Like I feel like Jordan was very precise with what they wanted to say in this track and like how they wanted to present it, and especially like the later half of the track kind of reminds me of like the fire almost, like this is almost like a track that was like scrapped for the last project because of the whole fire and the way that Jordan is so descriptive of the fire, right? And it's so like it's so wild. It's so wild. So um why are you running? I mean, could be an analogy for a couple different things, really. Like, why are you running when you know things are gonna happen anyway? Why are you running the meme? You know what I mean? Like, there could be a couple things that you could really take this for, right? This kind of strikes me as one of those tracks that's like more personal to the artist, and the listener kind of takes it how they want to take it, right? And just enjoys it for the lyrics and the writing ability, right? Which you should be doing anyway, but this is one where I definitely spin it back for another listen and find some more wordplay and find some more lyrics and find some more writing, and you're like, oh shit, like this is one where I feel like again on this project this will be a sleeper for sure. Like this one might go over people's heads. So that's why you got to spin this one back for sure. But well done, my friends. Well done. Huge shout out to Deadlighters, Make More Creative Junkie, and Jordan. Thank you so much for the submission. 2 followers away from 80 over there in the cloud. So go show some love in the cloud, man. Jeesh. And of course, make sure you go follow Jordan on Twitter. 3 followers away from 500. Go get him back up to 500, baby. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some motherfucking love, baby. Well, let's get it. If you already have, thank you for showing Music Mondays some love. We appreciate you. So, that does it for all the Music Mondays Patreons, man. Huge shout out to all of our Patrons that submitted tonight. Huge shout out to Jordan, Laveris. Huge shout out to the rest of our Patreon crew over there. Kruker, Ryuki, King Mark, and anybody who's even following the Music Mondays Patreon. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So that does it for the Patrons of the night. So you guys know the drill. We're going to go from top to bottom for the rest of the community. And we're just going to go right in order. So up next is the homie Sam's Raps. Now, Sam's Raps has been literally showing us the stash, like the deep fucking stash of unreleased, right? We are just stacked, okay? We are fucking stacked. And Sam's Raps, a very talented hip hop artist, this week submitted Endless Discoveries Sam's New. Endless Discoveries Sam's New. That's quite the file name. But let's check this out. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so before we dive in, description. Yeah, you know the deal. New week, new demo. Let's fucking go, Sam. I love that out of you. Let's get into it. Sam's Raps, Endless Discoveries. Let's go. Interesting. Oh, this is fire. What?
I go right back to the day. G hit me up and he said, yo, let's make a tape. Yeah, you fresh to the game like you ain't gotta save. You only need one take. You put lines on the page every day, take a shot. You only need one make. Leave your mind to the side of the cage, making noise so you're breaking out the mundane. We to the gang when the mind go dim, get a good idea like the light bulb lit. If you insist, let it simmer for a bit. Then we off to work like hi-ho, bitch. It's me and 6 dwarfs on the drive home, bitch. Your team filled with corn like a silo click. Don't need a bib for the lobster bisque, but I don that shit when I lick that slit. Is it me or the weed? You've been asking this incessant mosquitoes that just trying to get in. I'll dress it, just needed a be sit alone when I'm stressing. Like leave me alone, trying to process the mess. Get the cream in, I steam it, I slow for Rosetta. Believe me, I'll teach if you need a professor. The hands
Oh my God.
playwright and legend. You need me, I'll be in the lab tested methods.
What the fuck?
Scientific, surgical, give me beats, murder 'em. Use utensils purposeful to slice you at the perlicue. I'm chaotic, neutral, commerc you, but I'm merciful. I know the style unusual, but we avant-garde like bitches brew.
I like that. I like that a lot. That was fucking nuts. We got OnwukE in the chat. Show us blood. Let's fucking get on. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. Yeah, like Sam's just absolutely came through and just fucking wrecked that, like super fast too. Like that was just like a one and done, like how you doing, catch you later kind of thing. Holy shit. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Let's dive in. Shit. All right, so we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of Endless Discoveries. So, let's see here. Instrumental. I mean, I really love this style of instrumental for Sam's raps. I didn't know what to expect with the melody. The melody was a little bit more like laid back, like alternative hip hop. You know what I mean? Kind of has that like different, almost like pop vibe to it, but not really. I just like the choice in general. To be honest with you, I feel like the choice in general is like a really, really solid one. Especially for Sam's, right? I mean, just a great choice in general, to be honest. So let's talk instrumental mix. I mean, even for like a rough demo, right? I think the instrumental mix is absolutely fantastic. Nothing clashing too overbearing. I feel like the melody's like nice in front and center. Vocals sit nice, drums cut through nicely. Nothing that I would like ultimately change on this that's like really like bugging or like noticeable at all. You know what I mean? Especially for like all the demos recently, I feel like Sam's has really done a good job kind of like being consistent with their demo mixes and like getting to that last step before the final mix, right? And just having that like perfect master. So, well done. Well done. Definitely well done. Instrumental Shining Star. I mean, the melody, the fucking melody. It has to be the melody. Like, melody is the first thing that like caught my eyes to begin with, and like you just hear the first couple notes and you're like, okay, like what are we about to get into here? So for me, definitely the melody. I feel like the melody cleared. Drums are like a good close second. Definitely have good rhythm. Definitely kept up the pace. Definitely got the groove going. But melody, absolutely melody for sure. I feel like that just fits Sam's rap style as well. I feel like melodies like this really complement their voice. You know what I mean? So I feel like this melody was like a no-brainer for me. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, again, what are you going to say? Fantastic. It's kind of like one of those things where like their demo mixers are so consistent that it's not really a shocker, but you always want to point out for anybody new here or that isn't familiar with Sam's raps, right? I mean, obviously a couple steps below like a final, but with that said, for where it's at, I mean, it's fucking great. I mean, you could really pass this up as a final and nobody would really like question it. You know what I mean? They'd be like, oh shit, okay. You know what I mean? So it has that nice middle ground and yeah, no gripes here. Definitely no gripes here. But something I always want to point out, like I said, for anybody new here, but a consistent demo vocal mix, 100%. Nice and crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. Vocal Shining Star. I agree with OnwukE again in the chat. Like, just the flow is crazy on this. The flow, the cadence, the delivery, the like effortlessness of this. Like, it just felt very like natural for Sam's raps to do this. Like, I really feel like they kind of like really like settled in nicely into their style and really know how to like mold themselves almost around like any instrumental, but especially these types of instrumentals, they can really just slide on these, man. So you know, you could really make an argument for writing, you really could, but for me, probably flow and cadence and delivery. I love the way that everything was delivered. The flow is great, and it kind of, again, it puts more emphasis on the lyrics when the artist is like really riding on an instrumental and you're like, holy shit, you know? So it puts more emphasis on the writing. So flow, cadence, and delivery for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely melody, vocal solid, flow, cadence, delivery. a stock theme. Aesthetics. Behind the scenes, little like off guard kind of photo with the black and white filter. I mean, you guys know how I feel about these IRL photos, man. Like, you don't want to go get cover art done. You don't want to, go do some crazy shit for a cover or X, Y, or Z, right? You can always go with the safe bet of the IRL photo. I think the IRL photos always work really well. And especially if they're like this, right? Just kind of like off guard shit that looks really sick. I like these. And of course, cover art pending, right? Because obviously not a officially released track. But for something like a demo, perfect. Aesthetics absolutely on point. Overall theme, endless discoveries. I mean, this one felt a little bit more personal, again, to Sam's than it does, like, the listener. Like, you could kind of, like, take this however you wanted, right? And, it was kind of like one of those tracks where, like, if you're not paying attention to the lyrics and like, really not trying to take it all in, it'll go right over your head. You know what I mean? It'll go right over your head. And this is definitely one where I feel like if you enjoyed it, you're going to spin it back. And each time you listen to it back, you're going to find new punchlines. You're going to find new wordplay. You're going to find new everything that's kind of, you're like, wait, I didn't even fucking notice that the last time, because Sam's is just really delivering this. It's just like pulled zero punches. You know what I mean? Just like pulled zero punches and just went super hard. So I feel like this is one where people need to sit on it. People need to sit on it and be like, oh shit, And the good thing about this one too is, if this is like the final length, right? I think like a minute plus is gonna have that like raw impact on people where you're like, holy shit, it's like actually insane. So this is one of those tracks, right, where I feel like you definitely want to focus on the lyricism, focus on the writing, and appreciate the writing for what it is, because Sam's raps really like kind of push the bar on this one when it comes to like not only their flow, cadence, and delivery, but the writing is just, you're like, what the fuck. So well done, my friend. With that said, huge shout out to Sam's Raps. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud, and of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. Both at Sam's Raps. They're 2 follows away from 980. So go show them some love in the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We are approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So go show these artists and channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Much, much love, my friends. Let's go. And if you already have, thank you for showing love to the Music Mondays podcast. The Music Mondays platform in general, man. I see you guys dropping likes and all that good jazz, so thank you. So we left off with the homie Sam's Raps. Up next is Lucha Libro. Now, Lucha Libro has been really diving into their discography for us here on the show. And it's been fun. It's been super fun. It's such a different style than we're used to here on the show. And, it's always really cool to kind of like dive into these tracks and break them down. So, a very talented alternative artist, Lucha Libro, submitted a brand new track. Let's see what we got here. I think we've reacted to a couple of these tracks off this EP, actually. I believe so. I think like 1 or 2. That was a big flashbang. Yeah, like 1 or 2. I think we reacted to track 3 here. Track 3 or 5, I believe. Oh no, we definitely did Sepia. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna do the last track on the project, actually, which is easy. Okay, I'm down. Well, let's get into it.
Ay, mi chica, perdóname. Ay, mi flor, perdóname. No hay ninguna bala plateada. No se queda muerto por un día de caza. Clávale la estanca. En madera, préndele. En llamas, sigue como si nada.
Oh shit.
Perdóname, mi flor. Lávale, préndele en llamas. Amor, perdóname, perdóname, perdóname. Ay, mi chica, perdóname. Ay, mi flor, perdóname. No hay ninguna bala plateada. No se queda muerto por un día de caza. Clávale la estanca. de madera, préndele. En llamas, sigue como si nada. Perdóname, mi flor, dámale, préndele. En llamas, amor, perdóname, 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 amor.
Oh shit. A little switch up? The walk away is kind of crazy too. What the fuck? Okay, this is a very interesting track. Like the more we go into Lucha Libre, man, the more interesting they get. You know, I feel like the lore just goes deeper, deeper, deeper. Let's break it down, man. Let's get into it. So, we're gonna talk about three things here. We're talking about the instrumental, vocals, and the overall theme of this track. So, let's talk instrumental. Again, a very, very simple instrumental from Lucha Libre, but we've reacted to enough tracks from them by now that we kind of understand that they are an acoustic centered artist, right? So a lot of their tracks are very much based around acoustics, right? And very light drums and effects scattered throughout. So this is one where, again, I feel like the mix like super solid, especially for like what they're going for. Like this kind of vibe, again, you want it to be raw but not too raw. So the instrumental mix is definitely right where it needs to be, right? Again, nothing super clashing, nothing super overbearing, nothing I would like ultimately change here. Yeah, nothing like super, super crazy. That's kind of like sticking out to me, you know? A very like simple but like crisp, clean, kind of solid instrumental mix. Especially with the acoustic guitar, you know what I mean? Sometimes those are like weird to actually make fit with vocals. So I like this one a lot. So instrumental mix solid, instrumental shining star. I mean, it's got to be the structure, right? I mean, I wasn't expecting the beat switch up towards the end, so it's got to be the structure for me. I mean, the switch up was kind of like unexpected. I was like, oh shit, and then it kind of turned a little bit more harder, and it was like, oh fuck. So for me, you got to be structure. I feel like the structure here was fun. You know, for a simple instrumental, I do feel like the structure was like really well thought out. So instrumental solid, definitely structure. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. I mean, again, much like the instrumental, kind of takes that like raw approach with the direction, but it's not super raw as to where you feel like it's like recorded on like a phone or anything like that. Like it definitely still has like minimal effects, but match it with the acoustic guitar, it sounds raw and authentic, and you hear the emotion, and that's very much what Lucha is going for here, because you know this is something that you could just continue to build on and continue to get better at, and this is a very much like acoustic centered project for him. As far as like Lucha Libre goes, so I feel like again with the vocals, matching that kind of style is perfect. You know, crisp, clean, but also a little bit dirty, raw, a little bit muddy. You know, kind of hitting that weird middle ground. So, solid vocals, very solid vocals. Vocal shining star. Hmm. I feel like the flow and cadence and delivery could be up there. Probably the flow and cadence and delivery. I mean, you know, matching it with the melody is like really crazy. You know, really, really crazy. So probably flow and cadence and delivery. I mean, thinking back on it, right? Yeah, gotta be 100%. No instrumental solid. Definitely structure. Vocal solid. Flow and cadence and delivery. Theme. Let's talk aesthetics. You know, again, I say it every time we react to Lucha Libre, and I will continue to say it. it's one of those things where I'm just such a fan of their yellowish aesthetics that they kind of put on all their covers, whether they're projects or singles, right? I mean, if you kind of scroll down, their whole aesthetic is like very much based around that. But their covers are still like very much unique. It's just this yellow border that they kind of rock with really makes it stand out. And I think that's such a smart move out of Lucha. It's just nice to see, you know what I mean? It's original, it's unique, and it's something that they like to do, and I feel like it fits them well. Especially with the, acoustic kind of sounds, that they really kind of immerse themselves with. I feel like these are solid. Um, but for this one, excellent project. I mean, using those IRL photos, like I said, for the Sam's Raps track is always solid, right? But at the same time, using those like throwback kid photos are always super fucking solid. I feel like anything, back when you were a kid is always like personal enough for new supporters or even just any listener, and they're like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Like it's just personal, and it kind of is very relatable to almost anybody. You know what I mean? And it gives the listener kind of like a more like personal look, more like intimate look on the artist, right? No matter who it is. So aesthetics very much on point, and this one definitely has the project vibe to it for sure. I believe I spoke about this the last time when we reacted to Sophia. So that's definitely something I spoke on before. Overall theme, obviously you can't break it down, being an English speaking show, but at the same time, this one strikes me as a really solid track for the end of a project. It definitely has that closer kind of feel to it, especially the melody has that like closer, time to go home, the bar is closing, the store is closing kind of vibe. It definitely has that closer feel to it. So I could see why they put this there, and really kind of wanted to go this direction and place this one towards the end. So I like the placement of this one, and I definitely think Lucha did a good job kind of judging that for this project. I mean, we've only reacted to 2 out of this, so I definitely like to break down the rest and really see what the whole vibe of this project is. But regardless, a fantastic last track for this project. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Lucha Libro. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow Lucha on Spotify, and of course, make sure you go follow Lucha Libro on Twitter. They are 10 followers away from 220, so make sure you go show them some love in the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you for showing Music Money some love, my friends. Let's fucking go. See you guys dropping likes, dropping comments, all that good jazz. You guys are fucking wonderful. Let's see here. Okay, so up next is the homie Offspring Mysterious. We left off with Lucha Libro, but Offspring has been coming through with a lot of insane fucking edits. They've really been kind of going above and beyond to kind of upgrade Walking Onslaughts and really kind of upgrade their storytelling and really what they're doing with this project. So I'm very excited. Offspring Mysterious, a very talented producer, writer, editor, artist, engineer, designer, has submitted Hollow in Hiding. Has anyone seen Offspring is the description. See what we got here. I'm down. It's been a while since we've seen this mall setting as well. I think it's been like 2 years since we've seen this fucking mall setting. It's actually crazy. Wow. So 3 days ago, super, super new. Calling me out while I'm down. Typical Hollows. Always calling me out while I'm down, but it's okay. Oh, shit. Excellent description. Damn, this is going to be crazy. This is definitely going to be crazy. Okay, I'm down. Offspring Mysterious, Hollow in Hiding. Let's go. Sunset. What a crazy shot that is. That's a beautiful angle. Oh yeah, they're supposed to meet this person. I remember now. I remember now from last week's episode. Okay. Dude, I agree on Wooka. Osprey goes hard. I agree. I totally agree. Totally agree. What a crate! Like, where is this? This is a crazy like trail or something. Like that. Like wherever this is nuts. Like, look at that shot. That is crazy. Oh shit, the music kicked in. We're toast. No way. No shot. Wait, what did I say? Hold on. I kinda want to see what that says. Where is that? Hold on. What did that say? I'm with Dummy, I think? Hold on. This off a tab would be insane. You're not wrong. You're so not wrong. Where was it? Hold on, it's right here. Kinda curious now. It's like a small Easter egg, man. I want to see what that was. It is. That's exactly what it says. I'm with Dummy. Okay, 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 okay. Just walking back. Got absolutely fucking iced. Literally got smoked. Talk that shit. Talk that shit. Bro got fucking smoked. That was fun. That was fun. Mm-hmm. Chris Adonis, I'm coming for you. Offspring Mysterious. Oh shit. Oh shit. The smoke is real now. Now we have a full blown fucking rivalry going on here. Like this is full blown smoke. I love the thumbnail here. Like the thumbnail back at the mall is crazy because we haven't seen this location from Offspring in so long. I really thought we were about to get some mall footage. I mean, with winter approaching, I kind of assume we will, but I mean, this one was great for a lot of reasons. But I think the shining star here for me is either the location or the stop motion again. The stop motion was fantastic just because it was almost like a slight upgrade from the last fight. You know what I mean? Like this fight right here was really, really crazy, and I was not expecting it. Like the level of detail and the amount of time that something like this takes is crazy. It is crazy. I think it's like right here. Yeah, it's like yeah, like the amount of timing that this takes and it's so cool to see. It's so cool to see how it just comes out like actually a W, like actually a fucking W, because the stop motion is just getting better and better. And like the more you do it, it's just gonna get better. And what a location. Like what a fucking location. Thumbnail crazy hard though, makes you want to show. Yeah, no, right, exactly. OnwukE, you definitely see the vision for sure. You definitely see the vision. 100%. But yeah, man, I'm kind of torn on the location. The location here is really crazy, but I like the stop motion a lot. I feel like going to this location was really nuts because I like Offspring kind of knew that it was gonna have like insane potential, right? I mean, like it's almost like it's such a wild area because like there's clearly two ends to it, right? Like it ends back here and it starts right here. But like you could tell it's like right outside like a neighborhood, right? I mean, like when Offspring kind of walked like right here. This is like obviously like the start of it. So it's like the fact that Offspring picked this location and like knew that this was gonna be fire. It's just such a no-brainer. Like what a cool location to like actually go out and film to. You know what I mean? Like what a cool location. I kind of want to say location, but the stop motion is like the only other thing that I can really make a argument for, you know? For me, probably got to be the stop motion. I feel like the stop motion was really fun, but also the more Offspring does this, the better that you're going to get. You know what I mean? So they're really just pushing the bars and really going above and beyond. And, you know, this is one where I feel like it was probably the best one yet. You know what I mean? It's got to be the best one yet, 100%. So Offspring is, or no, the stop motion is definitely the shining star here, but I feel like the location and like the overall shots of these are like super solid. So for me, definitely stop motion, but location's like a close second. Definitely like a close second. So well done, my friend. Well motherfucking done. With that said, huge shout out to Offspring Mysterious. Thank you so much for this submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Offspring Mysterious on YouTube and sub to their channel. They are 8 subs away from 230. Make sure you go show them some love over there on the tube. And of course, make sure you go follow Offspring Mysterious on Twitter. They are 7 followers away from 910. So make sure you go show them some love on the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We quite literally upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love. Let's get it, baby. Like I said, if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you for showing Music Monday some love, my friends. Let's fucking go. So, let's see here. All right, we left off with the homie Offspring Mysterious. Another W submission in the Offspring Mysterious kind of universe, man. But up next, we got the homie OnwukE. Now, OnwukE has been killing it with their submissions, whether it be kind of seasonal themed or kind of like older tracks, but they've been really fucking killing it. So, OnwukE, a very talented hip-hop artist, submitted Interstellar Fella. Finishing up our project Sleazy from Xavier and I. Should be out soon, yet here's Interstellar Fella. Trippy spacey track showing how our tracks take you on journeys, a bunch of cool Link Zelda. Okay, yeah. Okay, so somewhat like a video game, kind of like Interstellar. Okay, I'm down. I'm down. I see the vision. 5 hours ago, so this is brand new. This is some hot off the fucking press kind of shit. This is literally a day new. Alright, I'm down. And we got lyrics in description? Alright, so we're definitely going to follow along. Alright, let's get into it. OnwukE, Interstellar Fella. Let's go.
Interstellar Fella, OnwukE, Xavier, Sleazy.
Oh, this is going to be crazy.
You know, one time I was filming with someone and they were like, you know, I think you're an alien. And I was like, nah, that'd be dope, but you kind of close. I'm actually a Nigerian covered in so much cosmic powder, you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
It gives me cosmic power. And it makes me the Interstellar Bella. But let me explain what that means, or better yet, let me tell you. You know what I'm talking about? Interstellar.
They sent over a bunch of our tracks. He also did the artwork. The artwork's crazy. Definitely gotta talk about that. Let me tell you, I'm arriving, she's inviting me to stay, but like I'm coming, so what be like, hell yeah, it's that Interstellar Fella, just
Just an interstellar fella trying to link up with the Zelda. You can see how high I roll while they be dwelling in the cellar. The interstellar fella ain't got no time for wishing. I don't have a Cosmo or Wanda. I'm solar system drifting through the cosmos. I wander, stick out like Nutella on the sweater in the Costco. While the Zaza is yelling out for her mama. My flowing rhymes take you to different places. Pigments and shape switch, dipping low like spaceships. African baller should have been a scholar in Wakanda. My verse get your grooving though and moving slow like scenes in the Matrix. My words make tricks, give you dollars. Celeste, your funkiness is my fragrance, so just embrace this. Just put some wooka on ya. It's an honor to slay and stay up like Donna and Blitzen. Straight spritzing, writing novels like I'm Oliver Twist. Don't know what that is, go read some Charles Dickens. Interstellar fella, straight up be astroparticle ripping. Interstellar fella, trying to link up with the Zelda. You can see how high I roll while they be dwelling in the cellar. Wook's the type of bull that be shining like giant jewels in the tiny room. Let me tell ya, I'm arriving, she's inviting me to stay with her like a pirate. So I be like, hell yeah, it's an interstellar fella. Just an interstellar fella trying to link up with the Zelda. You can see how high I roll while they be dwelling in the cellar. Green on me like I was questing for rupees. Just met a cutie with the booty like a two-piece. That means it's me, I treasure inspecting like a rubies. It starts to glow when it gets closer to me. Take a trip with the cosmic Nigerian, a prophet with eerie blim. Rockets appear than dim, pockets in space take me on a dreary spin. They say Wooka is cool, but I swear something weird with him. Not from this place, but I phase in and out, interfere within your timeline. A line of mine, leave yo spoken like a prime times. Scope it, then rewind the minds like it's men in black. Extend my raps, assign rhymes, and spit it back like birds do to babies. My verse Milky Way wavy. So many bars is like Milky Way paid me. I roll stealthy, but lately the Bella want the Zelda to bring some Triforce to my source, baby. Interstellar Bella trying to link up with the Zelda. You can see how high I roll while they be dwelling in the cellar. Wook's the type of food that be shining like giant jewels in a tiny river. Let me tell ya, I'm arriving, she's inviting me to stay with her like a pirate. So I be like, hell yeah, it's that interstellar fella. Just an interstellar fella trying to link up with the Zelda. You can see how high I roll while they be dwelling in the cellar. Interstellar fella, hell yeah, I'm trying to link up with the Zelda. Interstellar fella, hell yeah, I'm trying to link up with the Zelda. Interstellar fella, hell yeah, I'm trying to link up with the Zelda. Just an interstellar fella trying to link up with the Zelda. You can see how high I roll while they be dwelling in the cellar. Interstellar fella, out of this world, then I'm Venezuela. So sick I'm about to hurl like that boy is powered by asteroids. I'm horny like hella. I take a black boy, mix it with my Nigerian voice, mix the track so wet, bruh. All damn moist just like that cellar. I live it like I fell from up high, so go ahead and take a ride in the sky with an interstellar fella. You know, like earth, wind, and fire, but I'm more like space-time and energy when I'm energy. I'm hitting y'all with this energy, cause I'm always finna be the interstellar fella trying to link up with the Zelda. You can see how high I roll while they be dwelling in the cellar. Whoops, the type of boot that be shining like giant jewels in the tiny room. But let me tell ya, I'm arriving, she's inviting me to stay with her like a pirate. So I be like, hell yeah, it's an interstellar fella. Just an interstellar fella trying to link up with the Zelda. You can see how high I roll while they be dwelling in the cellar. I'm Buka and Xavier Sleazy, the interstellar fella.
Wow, that was really 5 minutes. That did not feel like 5 minutes. That felt a lot quicker. See, certain tracks like that are so funny because like you don't even realize that some tracks are like 5 minutes. And I actually just realized that. Because I'm over here dissecting the lyrics and just kind of following along, right? So, well done. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's break down. Let's get into it. I agree. Very wavy. I definitely agree. Very, very wavy. Okay, let's talk instrumental. Instrumental is such an Onwuka kind of instrumental that it was almost like a no-brainer, right? I mean, Onwuka mentioned in chat that this was started around 2020, 2021. But even then, I definitely feel like this is a very like Onwuka type instrumental, right? So, it just has Onwuka's style written all over it. Spacey, kind of like, has that ethereal but like classic boom bap feel to it. It's all mixed in one. So, I'm definitely big on the instrumental choice here. I think that was a really solid choice. Um, Instrumental mix really solid. I feel like the melody's front and center, but the drums are also playing their part. Everything cuts through nicely. Nothing clashing too overbearing. Nothing that's like ultimately taking away from this track at all. As far as the instrumental goes, um, instrumental shining star. I mean, it's got to be the melody, right? I mean, the drums are up there, but the melody for me is like really giving that space kind of cosmic feel that I feel like they wanted to go for here. Especially for a track called you know what I mean, Interstellar Fella. I mean, come on, like what the fuck? So for me gotta be melody 100%. The melody kind of clears here. Um so instrumental solid, definitely the melody. But the drums are a very close second. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Now vocal mix was very interesting. Vocal mix was very, very interesting. So we have the regular, like, crispy Onwuka vocals that are well known here on the show, right? And then the verses got a little bit of like somewhat of like a different mix. It was almost like a bit quieter for the verses, which was very interesting to kind of like hear at first, but eventually, as the track kind of goes on, you get used to it, right? But outside of that, I'd say the vocal mix is really solid, especially for like a lot of these earlier tracks that get started in like 2020, 2021. Like a lot of these earlier tracks, you could kind of excuse like a lot of the mixes and, sometimes some of the beats or whatever. But just because of like how old they are. I mean, not that it's like super, super old, right? But it's not like super brand new either. So it's one of those things as to where, you take the mix for what it is. And this one was solid, especially in the hook. I feel like the hook is like right where it needs to be. The hook is very, very, very fucking solid. And again, Onwuka has like such a solid natural voice that like you don't need too much post processing on their vocals. You never really did, right? I feel like Onwuka does a really good job with their mix, or whoever does their mix does a really good job, right? So vocals definitely solid for what they are. Vocal shining star. I feel like it's got to be the hook. I feel like the hook is catchy, very, very catchy, but it's also, it just can get stuck in your head. Like the hook is got to be it. Like the hook is like, how are you not walking around the cribs saying Interstellar Fella is just like, it's definitely one that sticks with you. It has to stick with you. You know what I mean? So the hook definitely. I feel like writing in general is really solid too, though. I mean, Onwuka is an artist that does a really good job writing about themes, and they can really write about almost any topic. Like I said last week, we've quite literally seen them write about many, many, many different topics. But this is one where I feel like their writing really, really excelled, But I think where it shined the most, though, was the hook. I feel like the hook really, really was like the hook, line, and sinker, if you will, right? No pun intended, but I feel like the hook is definitely going to be the main takeaway here and really get caught up in people's heads for sure. So, instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the hook, absolutely the hook. Let's talk theme. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. The hook is great. Hook is absolutely great. All these tracks got that OG length, like 5 minutes. Yeah. Like the 5-minute tracks are like 5-minute and like longer tracks are great if you can make them not feel like it. And I found that this one definitely didn't feel like 5 minutes. I didn't even realize it was 5 minutes, and then I looked over. It was like 5:22. I was like, holy shit. But it doesn't feel like 5 minutes, because like sometimes people drag out songs and 5 minutes really feels like 5 minutes, and you're like, what the fuck? But this is one of the ones where I feel like it was really solid for 5 minutes, So absolutely. So like I said, instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics, covered by the homie Xavier. Project is called Sleazy. So for some like real super crazy like hand-drawn shit, this is fucking nuts. Like this is absolutely fucking nuts. Perfect. Totally has that like full project kind of vibe for me, no doubt. I love the color palette on it. You have Xavier in the top left, Onwuka in the top right. And just the small details are really crazy here. Like, her shirt is really nuts. Like, the color of her shirt is really crazy. And, like, if you look at, like, the pink makeup on her face, is also really fucking well done. Like, some of these, like, hand-done pieces are, like, really crazy. And this is one of them, for sure. Simple, but straight to the point. It definitely has that, like, project feel for me. So, aesthetics very much on point. Overall theme, I mean, I think Onwuka kind of broke it down for us really well here. I mean, trippy spacey tracks showing how our tracks take you on journeys, right? I mean, a bunch of cool Link, Zelda, and a lot of like space cosmic kind of vibe. So I think they kind of nailed it. I mean, like I said before, Onwuka is an artist who can really rap about and write about almost anything. Like, you could give them a topic and they're going to come up with something. You know what I mean? Like, they're definitely going to come up with something. And this is one where I feel like even in the hook, you know, it just really kind of breaks down the whole theme really well here. You know, and I feel like they both did an awesome job on this, you know? So, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Xavier definitely went crazy. Like, the OG vintage look, yeah, definitely nailed it. Definitely fucking nailed it. 100%. 100%. But yeah, overall theme, I mean, I feel like Onwuka definitely nailed it. Kind of going for that cosmic, space, trippy kind of vibe. Like, this was, like, absolutely, like, you know, I can't say I'm shocked, though, because we've heard Onwuka, like, really fucking write about almost anything. Like, you know, quite literally anything. Like, especially, like, the early Halloween tracks, or, you know, some of the more recent stuff that we've reacted to, or even some of, like, the older stuff. Like, some of the themes have just been nuts. Like, really fucking nuts and super accurate. Right, so I think that's one of the redeeming qualities about this one is like it's very immersive. Like you're definitely getting immersed really quickly, but Onwuka doesn't go too crazy with like niche details or lines or anything like that. This is one where I feel like it's very palatable for almost any listener. So, well done, my friends. Well done. This is definitely a project I'm excited for. Can't wait to react to it here on the show. Absolutely. With that said, huge shout out to Onwuka. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud. They are 4 followers away from 70. So go show them some love in the cloud, my friends. And of course, make sure you go follow Onwuka on Twitter. They're 6 followers away from 780. So go show them some love in the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers, my friends. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is on the channel. Well, let's fucking get it, baby. And if you already have reacted to or subscribed to the Music Mondays YouTube channel, thank you. I see you guys dropping likes, dropping comments, all that good jazz. So we appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Much love. Crazy night so far, my friends. Crazy night so far, but you guys know the drill. We're about halfway through the show, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to need all you guys to get up, go get a drink, go get a smoke, go walk the dog, go take a bathroom break, anything like that. And when we return, the Music Mondays podcast will dive right back into our community submissions. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. In episode 198 of the Music Mondays podcast, we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live with the Music Mondays podcast, episode 198. Hope you had a good break. Hope you're chilling butts. Get right back into our community submissions. Let's do it. So, let's see here. We left off with the homie OnwukEpisode. Huge shout out to OnwukEpisode. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much motherfucking love. Okay. So, let's see here. Up next is the homie Isay. Now, Isay has been submitting some fucking crazy work here on the Music Mondays podcast, man. Jesus, like their submissions continue to be like very fucking impressive, like very impressive. But a very talented hip hop artist, Isay, has submitted Loot Lake with the homie Sean. Let's get into it. Loot Lake is a crazy fucking name. I love that. Let's see here. Okay. 2024, so it's brand spanking new. September 13th, I'm down. Sean, Isay, Loot Lake, let's go.
Cole Beats.
Going fast in the car, going swim in the car. I got so many bars, I got a gift to the Lord.
I got a gift to the Lord, so many bars, but not even sentence. Claim me bars and now even hinted. Yeah, half in the hand.
I got a house to the lake, yeah, money I make. Hey, you know I say, now I talk about lake.
And I talk about drive, all done as if acting crazy. All done as if acting crazy. Yeah.
I'm in my zone all alone, yeah. Hey, you know this a no-go zone, yeah. I just wanna make music and be alone, yeah. I don't wanna be around a lot of people, nah. Yeah, they call me narcissist, yeah. They call me antisocial, yeah. But that's the way I live. I don't give a shit. Let's get it gang, bitch. Going fast in the car, going swim in the car. I got so many bars, I got a gift to the Lord.
I got a gift to the Lord, so many bars, but not even sentence. Claim me bars and now even hinted. Yeah, half in the hand.
I got a house to the lake, yeah, money I make. Hey, you know I say, now I talk about lake.
And I talk about drive, all done as if acting crazy. All done as if acting crazy. Yeah, I'm so funny like Martin. Got my Gina on my side. Homicide, it's homicide. I'm a fresh prince, no bad air. I call for no bad air. I'm a real nigga, don't belt there. I need real nigga, go belt there. They told me so many years that would be nothing. They told me that my music is dead. They told me that my hairstyle is jazz. But it didn't get to me. Hell no. If I would listen to them, I would be nowhere.
Going fast in the car, going swim in the car. I got so many bars, I got a gift to the Lord.
I got a gift to the Lord, so many bars, but not even sentence. Claim me bars and now even hinted. Yeah, half in the hand.
I got a house to the lake, yeah, money I make. Hey, you know I say, now I talk about lake.
And I talk about drive, all done as if acting crazy. All done as if acting crazy. Yeah.
Wow. They did it again. Did it again. Wow. This is such a good duo, man. It's like crazy. I have yet to hear a song from them that I feel like is like out of place or like they shouldn't have done or anything like that. Like it is just such a great duo. Like it's just insane to hear every week. Like it's become almost like a surprise, you know. It's like what are they gonna do next? And this is another one that just goes right into the library of like what the fuck. You know what I mean? So it's like, holy shit. Okay, let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of Loot Lake. Let's talk instrumental. More of like a classic kind of trap sounding instrumental this time. Nothing like super obscure. Because they kind of go both ways. They can really go with like the obscure kind of instrumentals, but they can also kind of take it back to the basics, right? And this is one where I felt like they just went back to the roots. But I like the choice. I definitely like the choice. Um, Instrumental mix, fantastic. Nothing clashing to overbearing. Nothing that I would change on this whatsoever. Um, Sound selection solid. Drums are solid. Vocals sit nice. Drums cut through nicely. Nothing ultimately that's like throwing me off here at all. Nothing that I would like really change. That's like super crazy. Instrumental shining star. I would say drums, right? I mean, melody's definitely up there for me, but drums are like really pushing it for me. So yeah, I definitely enjoy the drums on this one, especially the sound selection and the patterns. But I think drums kind of clear here for me. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is again fantastic. I mean, these are two artists that I've had a pretty consistent vocal mix since their first submission on the show, right? And we've reacted to probably 5 to like 10 plus songs from them at this point, and now it's like, we can kind of guarantee for a fact that their vocal mix is going to be like really consistent. So not really a shocker, something I always want to point out, right? So again, with the vocals, nothing clashing to overbearing, nothing that I thought was like out of place or anything like that. Perfect amount of processing. Everybody has the right effects on. Nobody's really trying to like do too much with the instrumental or their mix or anything like that. So I like the safe, consistent mix for sure. So vocal mix definitely up there for me. Vocal shining star. I do like the writing. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely like the writing. I feel like that is a close second, but I feel like the hook is very catchy. And the hook is definitely something that I could see getting stuck in people's head. You know what I mean? The hook is definitely one of those things that's like, you could totally see that like being one of those that you can't stop thinking about, and it's just like rolling in your head. So for me, definitely the hook. For sure, definitely the hook. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. Their covers have always been super fucking solid, but this one is nuts. This one is really nuts. Again, for a single, I feel like this really works perfectly. And for something called Loot Lake, this one kind of like has that peaceful, minimalist kind of vibe, but not really, right? Because like the more you look at it, the like more chaotic it gets, especially with like the cloud. And there's like that hammock in between the two trees, which is also kind of crazy. You know what I mean? So there's like smaller things that you'd notice that, like the more you look at this cover. But for a track called Loot Lake, definitely solid. I always like their art direction. Like I said, though, it's always aesthetically pleasing nonetheless. So aesthetics on point. Overall theme, Loot Lake. Now I would say this is definitely a theme where it's more for them than it is the listener, right? And again, the listener kind of just takes what they can from it, right? And they're just like, okay, like I feel like this song means this to me. But for certain artists, sometimes they put out songs that mean something subliminally to them, right? And it's kind of like one of those like for me kind of tracks, So Loot Lake definitely kind of reminds me of one of those. But definitely a very like headstrong, somewhat motivational kind of track as well. It's just like fuck everybody, like I'm gonna do what I want no matter what. So I feel like they kind of like talk their shit on this as well. So you could kind of like draw the line and make up your own kind of meaning for this, but I'm sure that they have one for themselves as well. But well done, my friends. Huge shout out to I Say, huge shout out to Sean. Make sure you go show them some love on Spotify, and of course, make sure you go follow I Say on Twitter. They are approaching 1.2K on the Bird apps. Make sure you go show them some love over there on Twitter. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you for showing Music Monday some love. I see you guys dropping likes, dropping comments, all that good jazz. You guys are beautiful. Thank you. So, Let's see here. So we left off with the homie I Say. Up next would be the homie Lavarius, but Lavarius is a Music Mondays Patreon, so we already reacted to their track earlier in the show, so make sure you go check out the beginning of the Music Mondays podcast. Make sure you go show Lavarius and the rest of our Patrons some love. So after that, we have the homie Tig Bitty Goth Girl, aka Young Tig, coming through with a brand new track. Now this will be very interesting, because it's been a while since we heard from the homie Tig, man. And they said in their caption, I know I'm late, but this is dropping. I'm only submitting the bangers. Trust. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Only submitting the fucking bangers. Okay, say less. I'm down for the cause. Like I said, it's been a bit since we heard from Tig, so I'm very, very down. 666 Prod. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Insane tags in the description. Love that. Love in the comments. Love that as well. All right, let's get into it. Tig, 666 Prod, let's go. Bro.
Way too goddamn lit. And the way that I dressed since you left the beginning, like way too goddamn fitted. I was way too committed. You left my heart finished. You might have been holding me back, bitch, since you left. I started my living. 666 sins with the demons locked in.
What the fuck?
1,332 plays on the song, talking about you, I'm talking about you. And the way that she did me so wrong, we sitting here, wish never kissed, touch, never kissed. 666 sins with the demons locked in, they gon' make me rich. I got 2 different battles, working for the fun of it, making fun of what is dead. Over 1,332 plays on the song, talking about your bitch. And the way that she did me so wrong, we sitting here, wish never kissed her lips.
Fuck.
Sins with the demons locked in, they gon' make me. I got 2 different battles, working for the fun of it, making fun of what is fun. 1,332 plays on the song, talking about you, I'm talking about you. And the way that she did me so wrong, we sitting here, wish never kissed, touch, never kissed. Fuck her. I can never miss that, I'll feel the liquor, I'm taking some ass. Watch me take a hit. I know we all swerving and crash. Ain't too lit. Be on this bitch busting up no spasms. Her to her boyfriend, that's day, bitch, I'm taxing him.
What the fuck? Wow. I mean, holy fuck. You know, like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy. That is actually fucking crazy. Holy shit. 4 days ago. Brand new. That's just insane. That is actually insane. You know, I didn't think anything else would be able to, like, top the last submission, right, from Tig, but in their description, and I'll only be submitting the bangers, trust, and they weren't lying, my friends. They were not lying. This was fucking nuts. I almost don't even know what to say, because this just clears, you know, just expectations. It definitely clears expectations, for sure. Well done. Very well done. Tonight's the night of the hooks, man. Tonight's the night of the hooks. I feel like everybody came through with, like, crazy-ass hooks. Wow. All right. You guys know the drill. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about 3 things. We're talking about the instrumental. We're talking about vocals. Talk about the overall theme of this track. Love, bro, for real? Yeah, of course. Thank you for your submission, my friend. Of course, always improving, bro. More to come. Oh man, oh Jesus, hell yeah. What? Always improving. That's what I love to hear. My God. Um, yeah. So let's talk instrumental. I mean, you know, from Tig's last submission, I kind of knew that they were in like this more like alternative plug and B kind of rage esque like alt trap genre mix, right? I feel like it's a very specific kind of instrumental, so I like the choice for Tig. Just because I feel like they know what to do with these types of instrumentals. Not a lot of artists know what to do with these types of instrumentals. I feel like they picked them because it's trendy and they want to like try their hand at it, which I think is fine. You know what I mean? I think trying new instrumentals is always fine, but when you know what to do with them, it can make a song sound really fucking crazy. Like mixing like the fast flow with like these types of beats are insane. You know what I mean? So that's why I love the choice, because I feel like Tig had like a good vision and like really uses these beats to their full potential. You know? So instrumental choice, very solid. Instrumental mix, even more solid. Absolutely nothing clashing at all. Sound selection's great. Drums are great. Melody's great. Nothing across the whole track that I thought was off-putting or anything like that. The instrumental definitely clears on this. Again, even down to the sound selection, fantastic. Patterns are great. Nothing that I would switch here at all. Definitely nothing that I would switch here whatsoever. Instrumental makes very solid. Instrumental Shining Star. I mean, you could really go melody or drums. You know, drums have a really big play here. Like, I really feel like drums are like a huge part of this. But the melody is very recognizable and very like energetic is the word I want to use. Very energetic. So you could really make a point for either one of those. But for me, I'm gonna go with the drums. I'm a big drum guy anyway, but when it comes to these drums, these are just like perfect when it comes to sound selection, and they have that like perfect amount of mud. You know, the mix is solid, so I'm gonna go with drums. But again, melody is like a very close second. I like this melody a lot. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, fucking clears. I mean, we haven't reacted to a whole ton of Tig's library, but the tracks that we have reacted to have had a very stellar mix. Like the mix have it's just always been solid. Like again, no real gripes with the vocal mix, you know? Like we don't really dive in to mixes super deep here on the show cuz again, at the end of the day, mixes sometimes are about like quality and like vision, but you know, as long as you have like a high quality mix that you're satisfied with and like it's like hitting its full potential, I think the mix is solid, you know what I mean? But for this track in particular, you know, this mix is really fucking up there. Like really, really fucking up there. Like vocals aren't clashing with anything, drums cut through nicely, they sit nice on the instrumental, not too much processing, right? But still enough effects to kind of give it that spice. I mean, you can't really have any gripes with this mix like at all. You know what I mean? Of course, there's always small things to improve on, right? You always like get like a better mic or this, that, and a third. But for where this is at, man, vocal mix is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. No gripes with this either. Vocal Shining Star. I mean, look, you really could go with writing here, right? I feel like Tig did a really good job writing because it wasn't just like freestyle-esque, or maybe it was, but it was still like really solid writing. It wasn't very lazy at all. Lots of punchlines, lots of really good bars, lots of fun bars. But I think the hook is so catchy. The hook is so catchy. I feel like the hook is really what's gonna like put people on. That's really where I was just like, yeah, I think this hook is like. I even saw a snippet on Twitter actually. Like, this was a snippet that Tig shared on Twitter, and I knew that this was like a hit. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just know that like certain songs are like fucking hits. This is definitely one of them for sure. So, vocals all mixed by me also. That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. Wow. What the fuck? That's fantastic. That's absolutely fucking fantastic. Like, holy shit. Like, self-engineered too? Like, and to, like, get them to this quality is really nuts. Like, you don't see this kind of shit often, especially with these, like, more aggressive kind of instrumentals. Like, getting, you know, like, a proper mix on these can be, like, really easy, or it's, like, a super bitch and it's fucking annoying. You know what I mean? So, the fact that you're mixing your own vocals is just nuts. It's just absolutely fucking nuts. But yeah, Vocal Shining Star, definitely the hook. No doubt the hook. I knew you enjoy. I had you in mind the entire time it was unreleased. Yeah, no, I like as soon as I saw that, I was like, no fucking way. And you were like, what'd you say? You said, you had something on the way. You know what I mean? You were about to drop some shit on Halloween, and yeah, it definitely did not disappoint. Holy fuck. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. The sock theme. Aesthetics, a really crazy cover here. Really, really crazy cover. I mean, Tig does a good job, like, editing these kind of, like, IRL covers that are, like, super simple. Because, like I said a couple tracks back, if you're gonna have, like, just, like, you know, cover art that you don't really want to, like, go too crazy on, or you just have a certain vision, or, you know, you're gonna go with, like, the IRL pics, you know, just spruce it up a bit, throw a little bit of, like, an edit on it, you know what I mean? Like, and then even throwing, like, the parental advisory in the bottom mid really pushes this to, like, the next level. You know what I mean? It actually looks like a fucking track. That's what I like about these covers. Even though they're simple, they really get the job done when it comes to singles. So I like these a lot. I mean, this could even pass for, like, an EP, right? So for me, aesthetics definitely clear, very unique, and very, like, straight to the point, you know? So I'm a big fan of the minimalist kind of look. So these always are a big plus with me. Overall theme, I mean, 666 is like, I mean, you could take this a bunch of different ways, right? But this is one where I feel like Tig really wrote their ass off and really, like, went above and beyond to, like, talk their shit in a good way and in some, like, more other ways, you know what I mean? Like, they really went all in, and I feel like there was no punches pulled here at all, especially with the writing. As, like, a first-time listener, this is one where you kind of want to dive in on the writing and really kind of dive in on, like, Tig's pure lyrical ability, you know, especially, again, if you're a first-time listener, this is one where I'd take it all in, you know? Like, I'd really, really take it all in and then run it back, you know, and then try to, like, decipher everything that was written here and delivered, you know? So, this one was crazy. This one was fucking crazy, man. Well done. Well done, my friend. With that said, huge shout out to Tig Bitty Goth Girl. Make sure you go show them some love on SoundCloud, man. They are only 3 followers away from 140, so go show them some love over there on the cloud. And of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter at Young Tig. They are 2 followers away from 60. Go show them some love on fucking Twitter right now. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you for showing love to Music Mondays. I see you guys dropping likes, dropping comments, all that good jazz. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. Oh, man. That was crazy. That was fucking crazy. Gonna be looking for the rest of the stream, but always amazed what you do. Yeah, of course, my friend. Appreciate the lurk. Let's fucking go. No writtens, all punched in. That's even crazier. That's even crazier that it's not written. That's fucking nuts. The punches are nuts, man. But I got you. I appreciate the lurk, my friend. Much love. Let's fucking get it, Tig. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Okay. Up next would be the homie Jordan, but Jordan is also a Music Mondays Patreon, so we reacted to Jordan's track way earlier in the stream. Make sure you go check out Jordan's submission and go show the earlier submission some love. Okay. So, let's see here. All right. Up next, we have a first-time submitting artist, Night Soul Mio. Okay. Let's fucking go. All right, first-time submitting artist, crazy bio, love the bio. Unreleased type shit, but it's dropping tomorrow, October 30th. So this technically came out on Halloween. So this is another Halloween track from a first-time submitting artist, which would be actually really crazy. I'm down. Okay, Miyoku Nakili. All right. It's Hard Body Karate. Love in the comments. All right, first time submitting artist. Let's get into it.
I think it's that time again. The niggas pulling on my phone and waste my time again. It's that money and power over respect again. Niggas switching it like we can still be cool again. Hell no, I ain't on that shit. Niggas being talk it out, then I'm plugging my ears. I see from their face, they keep lying to me. Niggas from my past come back, I know they spying on me. Y'all don't listen to me, I don't give no second chances. We not buddies, we not friends, don't you fucking at me. Face another switch until I feel it. All these niggas are fugazi, I already feel it. Roll another damn wood, cause I don't get no breaks. Niggas label conscious sins, that's just fucking mistakes. A lot of niggas call me blood and then they turn to snakes. I don't bang no follow bitch, I'm still running the A. Gotta make this shit feel blue since that's just what it takes. Niggas look at me weird cause that's that shit I don't play. Hey, don't you piss me off cause I can fuck you off. I can kill your dreams, line your ego and show. Niggas steady faking like a bitch, take that mask off. Hey, where I come from, my hard head make your ass off. I see from their face, they keep lying to me. Niggas from my past come back, I know they spying on me. Y'all don't listen to me, I don't give no second chances. We not buddies, we not friends, don't you fucking at me. Face another switch until I feel it. All these niggas are fugazi, I already feel it. Roll another damn wood, cause I don't get no breaks. Niggas label conscious sins, that's just fucking mistakes. And that includes my mama, ain't that about a bitch. Said she want a daughter, then treated me like shit. You were supposed to be my mother, might as well have let me kill myself if that was your true colors. That's your copy, not my brother. Got your same sheepish brain and your sister too. Don't let me find out you still lying to the family too. Cause it ain't nothing to put dirt on your name just with the truth. Cause then I'll really try and embarrass you and all that stupid shit you told me. I see from their face, they keep lying to me. Niggas from my past come back, I know they spying on me. Y'all don't listen to me, I don't give no second chances. We not buddies, we not friends, don't you fucking at me. Face another switch till I face another switch till I.
What a track. That's a crazy first time submission right there. Holy shit. That is crazy. Okay. I'm down for the cause, man. Great outro too. Nice and slow. Nice little fade out. All right. Let's talk about it, man. Let's get into it. Let's break it down. So, we're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So a first-time submitting artist, man. I mean, you never really know what you're gonna get with first-time submitting artists, so you like to keep an open mind and just see what you get. And this was, wow. A nice blend of genres here for sure. Like I said, we're going to talk about three things. We're going to talk about the instrumental, we're going to talk about vocals, and we're going to talk about the overall theme of this track. So, instrumental. Instrumental mix is solid. I mean, especially for like such a energetic melody, right? I feel like this one definitely like hit the mark when it comes to mixing. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing. I like the mud on the drums. I like the sound selection. Nothing really stuck out to me as like super off-putting on this. Nice and loud and like crisp and like where it needs to be for an instrumental. So nothing like super standoutish as far as like a off-putting mix or anything like that. So instrumental mix very solid. Instrumental shining star. It's probably the drums, man. I really like the drums here. I feel like the drums were almost like another feature, Sound selection was great, patterns were great. And again, like the mud on the 808s were great, so melody's a close second, but for me, drums cleared on this, definitely 100%. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. So the vocal mix was solid, especially for like the post-processing and the effects. I feel like the right amount of effects were on this. Like everything was like really like matching the instrumental 100%. Super crisp, clean. I felt like the beat was like a little too maybe like a little too loud, but again, like sometimes that's like preference. That's why we don't like go super crazy with like mix reactions, but as far as like everything goes together, still very solid. And again, nothing clashing, too overbearing, nothing that's like super standoutish. Again, vocals sat nice, drums cut through nicely. Nothing that I would change here ultimately. So vocal mix solid. Vocal shining star. probably flow and cadence and delivery, to be honest with you. I like the writing a lot too, but the flow and cadence and delivery was like really mean and like aggressive, and you could tell it was honest, you know. So flow and cadence and delivery, 100% solid, 100% solid. So instrumental, shining star, definitely the drums. Vocal, shining star, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. Simple cover with the pointed star here, which I thought was a really, really solid addition. Simple, straight to the point, and like especially when it comes down to like certain covers. Like I've said a couple of times tonight, like if you're gonna go simple, like just make sure it's something that's like meaningful to the track and to you. You know what I mean? So that's why I like these like kind of simpler approaches, especially for singles, right? So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, true colors, Yuji Banshee. I mean, like when it comes to true colors and people showing their true colors, I definitely feel like Miyoku like really tapped into like letting it all out, you know, when it comes to fake friends and people showing their true colors, fake family, like they really got out a lot here. So I feel like this is one where they needed to get a lot off their chest, and I feel like they did a really good job with that. You know what I mean? So everybody's kind of had that feeling of like people showing their true colors and being fake and weird and all this other shit, man. So I feel like Miyoku did a really good job kind of getting that off their chest, but also kind of constructing it in a way where you know, they actually made something useful out of it. So well done, my friend. Well done. So with that said, huge shout out to Miyoku. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud. They are now 8 followers away from 300 now that Music Mondays is following them. Make sure you go show them some love in the cloud. And of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter as well. They are 3 followers away from 180. So go show them some love in the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We do upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. Appreciate you here at Music Mondays. Fucking go, baby. All right, my friends. Let's continue on. So, we left off with the homie Miyoku. Up next is Super Source. It's been a while since we heard from the homies over at Super Source, man. A very talented alternative group submitted a track titled Down. We'd love to submit our latest single, Down. Thanks. We would love to react to it. You're very welcome. Let's fucking go. We are so down. Yeah, like I said, it's been a while since we heard from Super Source, so I'm definitely excited to see what they've been up to. Let's get into it. Super Source, Down. Let's go.
It's bringing me down. It's bringing me down.
Oh, shit.
Chase the stars with our hands entwined. Now
I love this. Well done. Well done. Such a talented group, man. Such a fucking talented group. Well done. Fantastic. I mean, come on. Come on. Let's fucking get it, man. Let's fucking get it. Okay. So, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, we are going to talk about 3 things here. We're going to talk about the instrumental, we're going to talk about vocals, and we're going to talk about the overall theme of Down. So, let's talk instrumental. Obviously, a very live instrument-based instrumental, right? So getting the mix down can be really annoying or really, really easy, right? And they did a really good job with this. You know, nothing like super clashing, too overbearing. Nothing that I would like ultimately change on here at all. Nothing that's like really, really like off-putting or anything like that. I definitely think it's right where it needs to be as far as the instrumental mix goes. You know, sound selection is great as well. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Instrumental shining star. I really like the drums. But I mean, the melody really is like such a big core part of this. Yeah, it's got to be the melody, man. I feel like the melody really clears on this. Drums are up there, but the melody is so catchy. So catchy. So definitely melody. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is super fantastic. Nothing clashing, too overbearing at all. Nothing that I would change on that either. Crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. Perfect effects. Nothing that's like off-putting or anything like that at all, to be honest, when it comes to the vocal mix. So very solid when it comes to that. Definitely no gripes there, especially with like how much raw emotion there is in this song, and like the hook really shines it there too. So definitely no gripes with the vocal mix at all. Nope. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, or vocal mix solid, I should say. Vocal shining star, I definitely want to say is the hook. I feel like the writing's up there and the flow and cadence and delivery are too, but the hook is like kind of a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Again, very catchy, very straight to the dome. You know, something you can easily get behind, but like it'll also like, you know, be stuck in your head. So I feel like for me, the hook clears here. The hook 100% clears. So yeah, definitely the hook. Definitely the hook. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. Love this cover. I love the filter on it too. You know, you just kind of like the city in the foreground, and then down in the left side, and then super source in the bottom right. I mean, kind of clears. I love these style of covers. You know what I mean? Very aesthetically pleasing, but also like very somewhat emotional as well. You know what I mean? So I like these a lot. No gripes with the cover like whatsoever. Like definitely not at all. So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, I mean, down is kind of funny because, you know, getting brought down or feeling down or bringing someone else down. I mean, I feel like we've all done it at least once, right? So I feel like Super Swords did a good job touching on that feeling and like really kind of like exposing that side of it and really kind of like you know, really it like writing about what that's like, you know, experiencing that and kind of like dealing with that aspect of life. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like it's a very, very interesting aspect. And Super Swords did a really good job kind of touching on it lightly, but didn't need to go like too into detail, right? That's why I feel like the hook is like perfect because it's just catchy enough, but it's also like really, really explaining the core of the track. So well done, my friends. With that said, huge shout out to Super Source. Thank you so much for the submission, my friends. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They're 10 followers away from 450, which is a great milestone. So make sure you go show them some love over there in the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists and the channel some love, baby. Get it. All right. So, huge shout out to Super Source. We left off with them. Up next is KTYA Music. ATYA submitted Fooled. Now, this is a first time submitting artist. Island Jazz are R&B pop sound. Stream Fooled out now. Okay. I'm down. All right, first time submitting artist, KTYA. Let's get into it. Now, this just recently dropped. Super new. October 24th, 2024. Damn. All right, let's get into it. Fooled.
After staying over my thoughts, babe, darkest clouds hanging over my thoughts of you. No, can't look at you the same way. Every vision translates in black and blue. And every memory's cause on my brain, taking all that remains, sinking into my bones, flies into my sore throat. And how the hell I'm supposed to be with you now? You always have the only victim in you.
Holy
You feel
shit.
pain harder than anyone in you. Carry on like you never be wrong, and I don't know just how you do it, but you had me. You had me fooled. Don't know you had me. You had me fooled. Don't know you had me. You had me fooled. Never again. So much easier to see through your shit. I said never again. No, all of your stories and all your good trips. I said never again.
Yeah, KTYA the chat. Let's get it, baby. Welcome on in.
And I know time will hurt you more than I ever could. You can't erase the person that you were. I won't forgive. I won't forget. I won't forgive. I won't forget. You always are the only victim in you. You feel pain harder than anyone in you. Carry on like you never been wrong, and I don't know just how you do it, but you had me. Yeah, you had me fooled. Don't know you had me. You had me fooled. Don't know you had me. You had me fooled.
Actually, crazy.
You had me fooled, babe. You had me fooled. You had me. Nah, look at you the same way. Can't look at you the same way. After staying over my thoughts, babe. You had me fooled.
That's actually really nuts. So one thing about this that I noticed, like off the rip, is this is the only song on your profile, and it's fucking crazy. Like it's absolutely fucking crazy. So, like, if this is like your first song that you've ever like released, that is fucking nuts. Like that is actually fucking nuts. That's like really impressive. Like really impressive. So let's talk about it, especially for a first time artist. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of Fooled. Great theme here as well, to be honest with you. Let's talk instrumental. Definitely has that like alt pop R&B kind of vibe, like they described in their bio. So I like the choice. It just tells me that they had a vision, and you know, peaceful, but also like groovy enough to like make you want to move as well. So I like the instrumental choice 100%, no question. Instrumental mix is also fantastic. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing I thought was like really off-putting at all, to be honest with you. Vocals sat nice, drums cut through nicely. Nothing ultimately that I would change on the instrumental mix at all. You know what I mean? Crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. Um, Instrumental Shining Star. I mean, it's got to be the melody. I feel like the melody is very recognizable. And the melody kind of has this like, what is it? Almost like vacation summer kind of feel, but also like slightly kind of peaceful as well. It's not my first time returning to music, but it's definitely my favorite song I've ever released. That's fucking crazy. That is absolutely fucking crazy. That's like a really, really crazy first song. That is fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. Um, but Instrumental Shining Star, like I said, it got to be the melody. Again, I feel like the melody kind of brings that like summer vacation, almost kind of like peaceful vibe. Drums are a close second, but definitely the melody here. I feel like the melody's awesome. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is actually one of the most impressive things here about this track. I would say that, again, even though it's not like their first song, to just have this be the only thing on your profile and have it mixed like it is such an accomplishment. Like, it's such a fucking accomplishment. So whoever engineered this, whether it was you or somebody else, fantastic. Like, it's really, really fucking solid. It's a very melodical, like, kind of again, peaceful track. It's one of those ones that I just keep going back to that word peaceful. But the vocal mix is like a huge part of that. Like, huge part of that, especially like towards the end of the track. It definitely gets into like a lot of the harmonies and just kind of like really like showing what you can do with your vocals. I feel like that's like a huge part of this. So vocal mix clears, especially for a first time submitting artist, like absolutely fucking clears. It's really crazy. So vocal mix, very solid. Vocal Shining Star. I do like the writing, but I feel like the hook again kind of comes through here and really makes you like remember this song, right? Not only because it's like catchy, but it's also like the hook is like the big deal about this and like a really like core center. So probably the hook. Verses are also solid, like writing in general is solid, but I feel like the hook is something that could easily get stuck in your head like 100%. So for me, definitely the hook, for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody, vocal solid, definitely the hook. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics. Again, tonight with the IRL covers, I feel like the IRL covers are like really, really fucking solid lately. Like, everybody's kind of going with these like very simple, aesthetically pleasing real life shots, right? And this is one where I feel like, again, if you didn't want to go like super crazy with like artwork, you didn't want to commission somebody, you didn't want to like you didn't want to do X, Y, or Z for cover art, this is the way to go. You know what I mean? Just like, it's not like crazy edited, right? But it's also like doing just enough for a single. And plus with like the text in the left hand side and just kind of like putting like the blue filter on it, I feel like really like made the world a difference. Really, really made the world a difference. So aesthetics definitely on point, cover definitely on point. Overall theme. So kind of an interesting theme here. At face value, everybody kind of has been fooled before, right? Everybody gets fooled once in love and life and friendship, and humans are shit, to put it bluntly. Humans are very shit. So we're all bound to like encounter somebody who either A, just finesses you, fools you, anything like that, right? I feel like everybody kind of has to deal with that at least once in your life. And I feel like they did a really good job kind of expanding on that topic and really like telling their perspective of what it was like for them. Because again, even though everybody goes through it, everybody's different with it too. Everybody kind of has like a different experience with it. So I feel like it was a very honest track to put out there, but it's also very relatable. Again, I feel like some of the most honest tracks are going to be the most relatable. And again, this is one where I feel like if you write this and actually record it and put it out and have like a solid vision behind it, it's one of those ones that's super therapeutic to put out as an artist, right? I definitely feel like it's very much like it's very much therapy because it's such a healthy way to get a lot of these feelings out, and you can say what you want, you can do what you want. You don't have to do anything crazy. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want to do with this theme. So that's why I feel like it's very much important to do tracks like these, no matter what kind of artist you are. You really need to just put your feelings out there sometimes, and this is one where I feel like they did just that. So well done, my friend. Well done. That was a fantastic first time submission. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify, and of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter as well. They're approaching 650 followers, so a W milestone, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Monday YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subaronies. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. And huge shout out to everybody that already has subbed to the channel. Much, much love. Vocal mix was done by a fellow Bohemian creative. Skull mixed it. Huge shout out to Skull, man. Skull fucking killed that mix. That mix was absolutely fucking crazy. Very cathartic. Yeah, definitely. Songs like that are so important. Songs like that are so important. Thanks so much. Very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Thank you for your submission, my friend. Much, much love. Keep at it. Absolutely keep at it. So, huge shout out to them. Last but not least, the homie, Filter. It's been a while since we heard from the homie Filter. I think the last time we got a Filter submission, we were either like scrapped on time, we were going over like 4 hours or something like that, but it's been a while since we heard from the homie Filter, but a very talented alternative vocalist and producer submitted New Man's Land. Not No Man's Land, New Man's Land, okay? So this a little play on words there for you Call of Duty people out there. But again, it's been a while since you heard from Filter, so let's get into it. I'm down. Filter, New Man's Land, missing verse, let's go. What the fuck? Wow. Wow. What a savage. Wow. Wow. What a return from Filter, bro. What a fucking return from Filter. Holy sh. Wow. All right. I want to break this one down, man. Let's get into it. So, we're talking about 3 things here. We're talking about the instrumental, we're talking about vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of New Man's Land. So, let's talk instrumental. Self-Prod, of course, by the homie Filter. Absolutely fucking insane genre blend here. Definitely has a blend of like that, like rage, plug, alt trap, rap metal-esque. You know what I mean? Blending a few genres there. So I like the instrumental a lot. Instrumental mix, very solid. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing, or nothing that's like ultimately hindering the track, right? I mean, it is just a demo, so that can be fixed in post processing, but still. Nothing like super crazy on this that I would ultimately change. Again, nothing clashing to overbearing. Drums definitely cut through nicely. Vocals definitely sit nice. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star, definitely the drums. I feel like the drums went absolutely fucking crazy. So big on the drums here. Definitely big on the drums. Melody's definitely a close second though. Instrumental, definitely solid. Shining Star, absolutely drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is great. Again, not really a shocker. You know, Filter has always had like a really solid vocal mix on the majority of their tracks. Even the unreleased stuff has had like a really solid vocal mix. So nothing again that I would ultimately change here. Again, it is just a demo, so we're not going to sit here and like pick at the mix, right? But for where it's at, I think it's fantastic. Again, drums cut through nicely. The post-processing effects are great. The stutters are great. And, you know, it's that old classic Filter kind of feel to it. So I'm big on this vocal mix for sure. Vocal Shining Star, definitely the hook. I mean, the hook clears. New Man's Land, like what? That would be stuck in my head for like ever. What the fuck? Absolutely. The hook clears. Hook absolutely clears. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics, obviously a placeholder kind of cover, but again, kind of going like the IRL direction, which again for tonight has been a crazy theme for some reason, but like everybody really kills their IRL covers. So even if it's just a placeholder, I do like the aesthetic choice a lot, 100%. Overall theme, New Man's Land has yet to be kind of established on, right? Because there is just like a missing verse in there. So like New Man's Land could really come along to be a really crazy theme, but for a demo, you know, we won't break it down too deep, but this is definitely one where I'd like to see the final and react to it, or even get like a music video or a visual or something. This would be crazy, absolutely fucking crazy. So well done, my friends. Well done. Huge shout out to Filter. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure to go follow Filter on Twitter. They are 7 followers away from 110. Go show them some love on the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Make sure to go show these artists and the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Mondays, my friends. Let's fucking go. So, with that said, that concludes episode 198 of the Music Mondays podcast, my friends. Huge shout out to everybody that came through, showed love, submitted, all that good jazz. Let's close it out. Let's give some shout outs. Let's show some love to everybody. And let's talk about this upcoming week for Music Mondays, man. Let's go. All right, so huge shout out to everybody that came through and chilled in the chat tonight. Huge shout out to anybody that even just lurked and chilled. You guys are fucking amazing. Big shout out to the homie Tig for coming through with a follow and the first time Prime. Huge shout out to you for quite literally coming through it and showing some love. That's just crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So huge shout out to Tig for the primer and the follow. Welcome to the show. Hope you enjoy your ad-free viewing experience. Huge shout out to OnwukEpisode. Thank you so much for coming through with the homie OnwukEpisode. And of course, KTYA Music. Thank you so much for coming through as well. And anybody who lurked and chilled and just came through, you guys are fucking awesome, man. Thank you. You guys are amazing. So, let's see here. Again, huge shout out to everybody that submitted tonight as well. Huge shout out to quite literally everybody. Huge shout out to all of our patrons. Huge shout out to Jordan, Laveries, Ryuki, King Mark, and Kruger, and anybody else that's following the Music Mondays Patreon. Thank you. Huge shout out to everybody that submitted tonight. Literally, huge shout out to Sam's Raps, Lucha Libro, Offspring Mysterious, OnwukEpisode, I Say, Laveries, Tig, Jordan, Mio, Superstores, KTYA, and Filter. Thank you guys so much for your submissions. You guys are fucking amazing. Thank you. Well, let's fucking get it, baby. That was amazing. Wow. You guys know the drill. A couple of new things coming up on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. We got a Patreon update that's pretty massive. We'll be announcing the Music Mondays Awards voting and all that good jazz pretty soon. Closing out the end of the year, really trying to wrap up the end of the year and make sure everything goes really well. So you see a lot of that stuff come out, of course, the next week or so. Of course, submissions will be live tomorrow for episode 199 of the Music Mondays podcast. So you guys know the drill. If you're watching this live, submissions open tomorrow, November 5th. If you're watching this anywhere else, submissions are already open, so make sure you go drop the link and check the date and drop all your submissions, man. We want them. We want your submissions, so let's go. And of course, you guys know the drill. This episode will be live on Patreon tonight, and along with the audio platforms this Thursday, anchor.fm/allmusicmondays, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, all that good jazz. So make sure you go stream us on audio platforms as well. The whole archive is up there, 198 episodes. So make sure you go show that some love. And of course, the YouTube version will be live this Saturday on YouTube. Make sure you go subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel. We are 5 subs away from 300, so go get us to the big 3, man. Let's fucking go. And like I said, much love to everybody that came through, showed love tonight, even if you did, lurked and chilled. You guys are fucking awesome, man. Thank you. I'm so glad that we can actually, like, provide such a great space for the community and like, actually get you guys some great spotlight and good breakdowns. And it's just a fun time for me, and the fact that everybody else has fun is just so, like, so important to me, man. So, my life, it's my work, so you guys know the drill. With that said, again, huge shout out to everybody that came through and showed love. Make sure you follow Music Mondays on all social media at All Music Mondays. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, SoundCloud, wherever you're at, Music Mondays is there. So make sure you go drop us a follow and stay up to date with everything that's going on. And again, submissions will be live tomorrow for episode 199 of the Music Mondays podcast. And of course, I'll be live tomorrow per usual, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All subscribe below, everything linked below, all the socials, all the good jazz linked down below for me. I'll be live tomorrow for a regular stream, watch party stuff, speedrun stuff, kind of going over new content and all that good jazz. So you guys know what's up, man. I stream like 5-6 days a week, so make sure you drop a follow and subscribe if you haven't already for a wonderful ad-free viewing experience, baby. Let's fucking get it, man. It's your boy ZomSlays. Follow me at ZomSlays, and we'll see you tomorrow and next week for episode 199 of the Music Mondays podcast. Be safe. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.